People say I ain't no good, and I'm crazy as a loon. Cause I shave my head in the morning, pick guitar in the afternoon. Just like old Chief and Charlie, I like to lay around in the shade. Well, I ain't got no money, but you better believe I got it made. Cause I ain't asking nobody for nothing if I can't get it on my own. If you don't like the way I'm living, just leave this bald-headed country boy alone.
What's up, folks? Thank y'all for tuning into the Josh Terry podcast. I want to thank all of our sponsors, of course. We're up in Nashville. Thank you to Cam Harden from Big Brother. He got us his place for this week, and very much appreciate it. We're at Live Oak on Wednesday for the Raising Grace rounds from 5 to 11. So y'all make sure y'all come and hang out with us. But before then, I'm fixing to introduce you to some fucking badasses. I'm actually very scared and intimidated right now. You would think that, you know, being in a room with 5 talented badass women would be like really cool. I'm scared as shit over here right now. I don't even know. Like, ever since all y'all walked in, I really do feel like every bad decision I ever made is fixing to punch me in the fucking face. I don't know why. This is fucking scary.
It might. Watch out.
Anyway, Kenzie Coppins.
Hi.
I don't know why I always put an S on the end of your fucking
It's
name.
okay. You know, I'm used to my name being butchered.
My bad.
It's okay.
There's only one of her,
since
though.
you put this together and invite all these girls, I want you to introduce everybody,
Okay,
if you don't
all
mind.
right. So I am super happy to have these ladies in here. They're strong, like you said, Josh.
Badasses.
Incredibly talented, but they're also not afraid to speak their mind. So we got Emma Zink over here.
What up?
We got Tara Lynn Pfister,
Hello, hello.
Lexi Lou,
Hi.
and Allie Colleen.
There is so much style and badassery on that one couch over there.
Honestly, all of them. Every single
Yeah.
one's got like a cool thing. I obviously knew what the right room was. Tara's here, and I saw her
Yeah.
back of her head. Just, I don't know what that is. If it's fuchsia or pink, or if it's just
It makes up
Just
its own
amazing
mind.
colors.
just raw dogging greatness over
That's
here.
cool. All of y'all are, dude.
Love it.
I've got to hear all of y'all out several times. Some of y'all have played the shows and stuff before, and I'm a fan anyway of like all of y'all. But I think the first person I had on the show in this room was you, Allie, like probably 2 years ago before the show blew up and everything. I
Yeah.
appreciate you doing it back then.
Absolutely.
But even then, like, I love like badass female country artists anyway. Like sad girl country, I don't care what anybody says. That's my fucking fave. Like, you take Keith Whitley out of the equation, sad girl country is my fucking favorite. And all of y'all do it, but y'all do it in such a badass way. And I've got to see so much in the past couple years that when I pitched this idea to Kenzie about getting all y'all together,
Yeah.
it's where like there's more than what people see. There's a whole lot more than what goes on.
Yeah.
They don't really know how hard it is. Like, we have a lot of guys on the show, and you know, I'm not knocking none of them, but
Right.
like, I do think it's harder for a woman in this industry anyway. And then I've got to see stuff over the past year or two that makes me be like, ugh. Like, I've got the ick a couple times, and I think it's just because of my daughter. Like, I start seeing shit from her point of view, and then that makes me think from y'all's point of view. So I was like, you know what? I really want to get these girls on the show,
Well,
and like y'all share y'all stories and everything.
Do you know what all your comments are going to be on this video?
What?
It's, I don't really like all female podcasts, but this was great. Because every one of us, there's not a damn show we've played where it wasn't, I don't really like female artists, but you are wonderful.
Yeah.
It's like,
You're
can
right.
you just tell us we're good? Though?
Right.
right,
Yeah.
right,
Jiminy Christmas.
For real.
exactly.
Well, all of y'all stand out anyway, though. I get what you're saying, though.
Yeah.
Like, instead of saying a female artist, to say you're an artist.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
y'all can hold your own to anybody, though. Doesn't fucking matter.
Yeah, they when we were in Key West, me and Lexi were down in Key West. Tara Lynn was there too. Did you go to Key Western Fest? Or did you she left. Anyways.
Yeah, no.
It was
I
an
only there for
all-female
when I was there.
lineup. And there were people up in arms that there were no men on there. And I'm like, how
Interesting.
often do you get an all-female lineup, not just that, these are the women of the 90s.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
badass
80s
women.
and 90s.
Yeah.
Like,
Badass women like
unbelievable.
Tanya Tucker,
Yeah.
Oh,
Leanne
God,
Womack.
Dina Carter.
Dina Carter, Leanne Womack.
Jamie O'Neill, Carolyn Dawn Johnson,
Yeah.
Terry
Yeah.
Clark.
Yeah.
Like, it was so badass. And I just couldn't believe how people didn't buy tickets just because they were, like, boycotting that there were no men on the lineup. And I'm like, how long have we been trying to get to this point at all? Right? I mean, first it was a battle for a while to get females on a festival at all.
Period.
Yeah.
And now they kind of break ground on something, and
Yeah.
there's still haters. There's always going to be haters. I know that. But
I think it's just a bunch of men too scared to go watch a bunch of girls play because they might feel something.
I know. I'm like
and their
emotionally.
wives are like, no.
I'm like mentally fucked up anyway. So it's my fave. Like, I love doing it. We had I listen to a lot of what my little girl says, a lot. And back in September, we were riding and we were listening to one of the Live Oak shows that we recorded. And she was like, how come you don't have more women on the show? So then in October, we did like an all-female from start to finish round at Live Oak for like 5 hours.
Yeah.
And I was surprised then, though, that like more people didn't show up because it was a really good lineup the whole time. And it kind of blew my mind. I even had my daughter there helping me host it,
Yeah.
which was really cool for us.
That's awesome.
But like, I was kind of blown away by that then.
well, yeah, I feel like nobody should be up in arms about that.
Yeah.
I think, obviously, 50-50 would be great. 50-50 female, male, we're all artists. And maybe it's just the shock of, all female lineup. It's almost like some of these people are rebelling.
Yeah.
Well, and,
You know?
and then too, whenever it's males, there's a bromance about it.
Yeah.
That the females are just now catching on to, that if we girl-mance ourselves, then we can be just as good,
Yeah.
But like, there's a bromance of, I'm gonna go support my buddy, and like, why can't us women support other women? And I
Yeah.
think that's another movement that's been coming in recent.
True.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Sorry. I was just going to say it's cool. Like, I feel like this town, at least the people I found, like you guys, it's like everybody truly does like support each other,
Yeah.
which is really cool.
Yeah.
Right.
I saw something the other day. It was speaking of, I think it was 90s country, but how, and you guys speaking, but the record labels seem to be losing more and more control with social media and everybody kind of being able to gear their career themselves more. And they were talking about how back in the 90s, it was really like there was only room for one female artist. There was only, so they were pitted against each other constantly.
Right.
And I think nowadays we all look at each other and we're like, one, I like your music, or I enjoy your artistry, or I enjoy your person, or you inspire me. And instead of looking at it in envy, we look at it to emulate. And it's important that we all keep that energy about us as we move forward and grow larger in mass, because I'm sorry, but I don't think 50 women can stop, or 50 men can stop 50 women. I think when you pin us up together, we're gonna win.
Heck yeah.
Like we will. We will.
Well,
we
we're-
will.
We'll
Plus, like-
strategize it. We'll strategize it.
Yeah.
Also knowing there's like having the mindset of like there is a space for everybody.
Yeah. And we
Like
need
it not being like, oh well,
Absolutely.
if she gets there, then I
where
can't.
will I be?
Yeah,
Yeah.
and
it's
right.
like,
Like
Yeah.
you're not
that's
her.
not
She's
the reality.
you.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, and who wants to be at the top of the mountain alone?
Amen.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
Go together.
Yeah.
Well, when I think about the 90s country that I grew up on, it wasn't one. It was all of them. So like my 90s country that I grew up on was Reba and Trisha Yearwood and Faith Hill and Jody Messina and Carrie Underwood and The Start,
Yeah.
obviously way later. And it was all women.
Yeah.
But the one thing I do wonder about it is I don't know if they were choosing to sing those songs.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because when you look at the narratives that women were singing about when they were on top of country radio in the 90s, it's all, where's my husband?
Yeah.
Why am I at home?
Why are you leaving me for
Where am I
her?
home?
Yeah.
I'm going to kill her. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Like, that's kind of it. Like,
Yeah.
it's kind of those three. And I think
Yeah.
now women that are going to radio are wanting to sing about stuff that doesn't even have to do with empowerment. It's just not,
It's
it
just
doesn't have
life.
a male narrative to it. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? It's just like, we just want to sing about being badasses, doing our thing.
Yeah.
And I don't think that has the commercial value that it used to. And that's really disheartening to me between radio and consumers.
Yeah.
But I do wonder if those women wanted to sing about what they were singing about.
I don't think
If
they did.
it would have been that.
There's a bunch of them that I love now, trust me.
Yeah.
But I don't think so. I don't think it was empowering at all.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
No.
It's almost a little degrading, but I mean, they're great songs,
Yeah.
but it makes you look weak is probably the thing. And I don't think any of those women you just mentioned are a lot more were actually weak.
No.
I always
Yeah.
felt that way about like before he cheats. It was like one, she had to be labeled as someone who's like man went and chose somebody else and was like a dog. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
then two, like she was cool for like busting up his truck and stuff. But I wonder about that one a lot because like Carrie doesn't sing about stuff like
Yeah.
that anymore and
Right.
hasn't since. You
Yeah.
know?
Well,
I thought about that too.
Yeah.
well, even like Miranda Lambert, when she first came out, like everything was branding her as crazy.
Yeah.
To where crazy was cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And everything
Yeah.
I've seen on her social media and just
She's the sweetest.
She seems
Chill.
like the
Yeah.
nicest
Yeah.
person, no crazy at all.
Animal
Right,
loving.
Well, it's the,
Yeah.
I guess like the volatility sells. Like, oh, watch out. You never know what she's going to do.
Well,
It's
I
like
mean, that's anything shock value. 'Cause
Yeah.
I have to do it on this show. Like, I have to do certain shows, and some people are always ask me, like, because I love doing the mental health shit. Like, that is my bread and butter. My favorite thing to do is talk about mental health. But if you don't do shock value shows, no one listens to the mental health shows.
Yeah.
Like, you have to convince them, oh, you're going to be fun and entertaining and all this other shit for them to actually listen to your point.
Right.
Yeah.
Or you got to sneak it in like every fucking time. And for me, I just like hearing when you guys just are just your authentic fucking badass selves. I wish that like outlaw female country would become a thing to where like you just got to do what the fuck you wanted to, say what you wanted to, be unapologetic about
I
it.
think that's what's happening right now. And
Yeah, I think
that
so,
this is a
too.
good example
Yeah.
Yeah.
of the women that are coming up on that. And
Yeah, 'cause I feel
because
like-
we don't give a shit anymore.
Well, every
Yeah.
time we are faced with something where someone's like, I want you to be in this box,
Yeah.
we are the type of women who are like, okay, then I'm not going to do that.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's not who I
Yeah.
am.
Right.
But y'all stand out so much. So like I know like it's probably hard to see from like my perspective how I see y'all, but there's so many. There's men and women that fit into this, but just because we're talking about women right now, there's so many that are trying to do the same exact thing. It's like somebody took a fucking cookie cutter and said, "This is what you have to do. This is how you have to dress. This is how you have to act."
Yeah.
I don't fuck with them at all. Like I don't like it. I like when somebody's the weird and unique almost have the same definition. But I like when people are fucking weird. I like when
Yeah.
they're just them. And the more that
But
I
those-
see
I
folks
feel
like
those
y'all,
are like young. Those are like targeted young women who haven't had literal time on earth to develop themselves and find their ground.
Yeah.
You know, that's why you see, you know, oh, she popped off when she was 19. Well, yeah,
Yeah.
because she was molded.
Yeah, she was
She's a
moldable.
product. She's not a person.
Yeah, I feel like
They've
we
sold her
can-
as a product.
Yeah.
You
And
know,
that's why
but-
at
and
27, she's going to do her own thing. And
Right.
everyone's
Yes.
gonna think she's batshit crazy.
Yeah, it's like no, she just makes her own decisions, and you guys had to take it.
I feel like it's almost like a good thing, like for me in my story, being in situations where so many people would be like, you need to do this, or you need to be like this, or you need to be more feminine, or you need to be more this. And it's like, no matter what somebody says, somebody's always going to have a different opinion.
oh yeah.
And
a
I feel like
rebuttal.
I feel like maybe I can speak for us all. We could have all done the sellout thing by now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we've chosen not to because,
Yeah.
Well,
and I feel like it's a lot more worth it in the end, like worth the fight. Like I've been in Nashville for 6-7 years and I'm just about to like put music out
Yeah.
because I've finally found the right situation to where like now I can like be myself. And if I hadn't gone through all the bullshit per se, I wouldn't be the person and the artist that I am now to like say the real stuff.
I like when people like they define their own success. Like, and some people it might be a number one. Some people it might be just being able to be themselves and put their music out. And a lot of y'all are more of that side to where it's like, I love the fact that none of y'all sold out. I love the fact that when you hear any of y'all, you know that it's you.
Yeah.
And whatever you're there's so many people, the second they open their fucking mouths on stage, you know whatever they're singing about is not them. It is 100% fake. Now, some people might like it on fucking TikTok. They might think, oh, this is cool, this is a great song. Get around them for 5 minutes and realize they just got them cowboy boots yesterday. That fucking glitter cowboy hat they got on, they bought before they walked in here. Like, it's a joke. I want it doesn't matter what type of music or art or writing, whatever you do. I want what you put into your shit to be your shit. I want it to be what you lived. I think our favorite songs ever come from people who actually lived it, not somebody who was just like, oh, I need to go write about this today because this is what's going to be popular.
Right.
I hate
Right.
that shit.
Exactly.
I like the idea of legacy a whole lot better than popularity.
Yeah.
Well, quality
100%.
over quantity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I try to tell these young kids that we bring
Which
up.
is so hard with social media.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Unless you're just like, fuck you.
Yeah.
I try to tell all these young kids that come up with us from Georgia because we get to work with a lot of young people down there, and we bring some of them up here to play their first rounds and everything in Nashville and all that kind of shit. But I try to tell them I don't want people to come into our studio and hang out with us that are trying to write a song that's going to be something current now. I want them to write something that in 10 years, when you hear it, it's the same effect on you as you had it the first time.
Right.
And-
Timeless song.
Yeah, like a one that's just forever is going to be something that hits somebody and connects with them.
Yeah, and a reflection of your soul
Yeah.
in some, at some capacity. Being real in your songwriting is so important. So about 6 years ago, I got into a publishing deal, and man, I would be famous right now, probably, if I had sold myself.
Yeah.
I got offered the world, and
But what did you have to do?
well, I had to sleep with him. I had to go to bed with him, and I said, hell no, that's never going to happen. And since then, I've dealt with a lot of the backlash of that, the bullying, the blackballing, whatever, kick you out of this clique. And I felt it detoured me, but it actually has empowered me more to just be the artist that I am and be very proud that I didn't sell my body to make my dreams come true.
Yeah.
I mean, I've been in it this long. And that's not the first time it's ever happened, but that was like the biggest thing that happened. And it's like,
Well, first off, fuck that person.
Yeah. Amen.
Yeah.
Person, but
Agreed.
also-
Six
Literally.
ways from Sunday.
Also, just for any girl that could listen to this podcast that is offered the same exact offer, you wouldn't be famous right now.
yeah,
Because a man like that will never let you
yeah,
get a large enough voice to call him out
it's
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
ruin what he does. So
Yeah.
you wouldn't be famous right now.
Amen.
Yeah.
You made the best choice for Kinsey back then,
Yeah.
for Kinsey now,
Yeah.
for Kinsey's artistry. Like
Yeah.
that offer is never, you're never going to receive anything from that because
Right.
men that put women in those productive positions will never allow them to be larger than
What
a liar,
Then they
a
allow.
musician, or a crazy
Yeah.
woman. You know what I mean?
Thank you for calling me on that.
No,
Yeah.
you made a great
Yeah.
It's the programming.
No,
It's
but,
like-
but all that to hear, God help if some really young girl hears,
Yeah.
Yeah.
oh, well, I'm not going to give up fame for that. I'll do it. It's one
No,
night,
you-
it's one interaction,
exactly.
it's one whatever.
They-
And it's not.
They're
It-
not
Yeah.
going to do it
And it's
for
not
you.
ever
It's
one.
an empty promise.
No, it's not ever
It's
one.
never one.
No.
It's never one. It's like, oh, now since I know
Yeah.
I got you,
Yeah.
now,
Right. Yeah.
now,
They
hey,
open the
now when
door.
you do
Yeah.
this, then you'll get this, and it's just this
Exactly.
like
It's the
dangling.
The
It's
answer
the
is
carrot.
no.
Exactly.
Well,
Yeah.
even if it
Forever.
was once though, don't you think it's going to eat that person alive forever? And even when
Yeah.
you think about your success,
Yes.
every time
It'll be
that you're like-
tainted.
yeah,
It's
Yeah.
tainted.
Yeah.
You know, and it's not pure. And I
Yeah.
speaking for myself, but I feel it's a similar thing for everyone. It's like we wouldn't be in these positions and we wouldn't be wondering how we're paying rent every month or, taking care of our voices so we're not taking every gig that comes our way, even though we should take every gig monetarily wise and, traveling at a loss of cost. And we wouldn't be in our, whatever, I don't know everybody's age, but 25 to 35 here in these living adult lives doing this if it wasn't truly in our soul. If we did not come out of the womb wanting to create, wanting to
Right.
use our art and our craft and our spirit to help the humanity raise up a level.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
why we're here. And so it just doesn't matter. It's
Right.
like if you taint that, if you taint your soul, what are you good night. Why are you even here?
Yeah.
Exactly.
You've sold the biscuit.
yeah.
Nobody likes a sold biscuit.
I feel like too there's that to be said about like why sometimes it's hard, when they say like the music business, it's like you have these, guys in the business that say like, oh, well, we need to do this because it's good for business. And I'm like, if I was trying to do this to make money, which I feel like we are, and I feel like
Absolutely.
the fact
it does
that
have to have
Is
that.
it?
I feel like-
you have to
it's-
survive.
You want a career.
Yeah,
I mean, and
absolutely.
it's part of it. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
well, first of all, I feel like the fact that we get to do this for a living in the first place is something to be able to express gratitude every
Yes.
day.
Yeah.
Agreed.
But it is hard when somebody says like, oh, well, we need to do this because it's a business and it's money, and it's like, it is that, but also like this isn't just like a 9 to 5 for us. This is like
This is
I
every
wake
day.
up, I breathe it, I eat it.
It's
I
our
s-
soul.
it,
Yeah,
like
Yeah.
It is who we are.
souls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
so it's hard to find that balance between like
Be a business
personal and
be-
business.
yeah.
Yeah.
But I also think that we're all, look at us doing it. We're all doing it.
Yeah.
We all have vehicles that work. We all live in safe places. We all have people who love us. We're
Yeah.
dressed pretty freaking cool, if I do say so myself. It's like, we are doing it. We can
Yeah.
do the business side.
Yeah.
Are we dealing in millions yet? Maybe some of us are, I don't know. I'm personally not dealing in millions yet. But by
If
God,
any of
I'm
y'all
gonna
are,
get
borrow
there.
some, please.
I got time, baby.
Yeah.
And I'm only gonna stand stronger on my feet and look you further into your eyeballs the older I get.
Right.
Yeah.
So,
And call
bring it
more people
on,
out
baby.
their
Yeah.
bullshit.
I'm ready.
Yeah.
Well, that's why I think all of y'all
100%.
already have success, though. I know, like, for a lot of people, you probably have to struggle every day thinking, I'm not where I want to be. But at the same time, you get to do it for a living. You have to work your ass off. Like, it's
Yeah.
not like you said, it's 24 hours a day. But the fact that you're already getting to do it, to me, and you stand out the way you do, and you're doing it your way,
Yeah.
that's got to be success.
Yeah.
Yes.
For sure.
Yeah. There's no other way to put it. And, like,
It's like you said, the defining success.
yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For me, I love what I do. I love that I get to spend the time with my daughter. I get to spend time with my friends that I do. I don't care if I ever get rich. Like, would that be nice? Fuck yes. I mean, I got expensive chase to be trash.
Yeah.
Like, but I would love just to be able to maintain as long as I get to do what I love.
Yeah.
For sure.
And I'm not
Exactly.
saying all of y'all are doing that. Some of y'all might be doing better than others. I don't really know.
Yeah.
But the fact that you're
It's a
doing it your
month-to-month
own way.
thing.
Yeah.
Right.
It's a week to week thing.
But to me, like, isn't it cool that y'all are doing it your way, and then you look out to other people, and they're like, I know I said the cookie cutter thing a while ago.
Yeah.
So 1,000 people back in my hometown. Whenever we like release these shows or whatever, like everybody's always bringing up some TikTok girl or somebody else or some dude, and I'm like, you don't realize what you see on social media is not the least talented people, but there's 100, 200 people you've never heard of that have no social media presence whatsoever because they don't give a damn, that are 100 times better. They just don't care. They want to be art. One of my favoriteest people to listen to and go watch is Kimberly Atwood. And Kimberly Atwood might be the worst person ever when it comes to social media. It's so awkward that it's funny.
Yeah.
I love giving her shit about it.
Yeah.
But if people would stop, I'm not, they shouldn't stop listening to radio, but if they would go outside of what they're being told to listen to and listen to folks like y'all doing your own thing, they'd fall in love.
Yeah.
I've loved one of her songs before I ever even knew it was one of her songs. I can't even remember what it's called. It's when
Oh,
you
well
came-
enough alone.
Well Enough Alone. Before I ever even had her on the show.
Shout out again to Kimberly Atwood.
She played it for me, and I was like, this is one of my. I remember sitting at the
It's a sad
studio
ass song.
and being like, fuck, this is my shit right here. It's so great. And y'all are the only ones that can write those, though, because you're writing about your life, where everybody else is just trying to write something to get them popular.
Yeah.
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 Well,
There's that awkward silence.
I feel like there's a mix.
I think we all went to ponder inside
Yeah,
our brains
no.
for a second. We were
Take
like,
a breath.
yeah.
Well, I don't want to backtrack, but I still really would be interested to know how you guys feel about playing all female shows.
All
because
female shows.
as much as I love females, right, and I'm rallying with the females, it seems like a favor I didn't fucking ask for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what
Yeah.
I mean?
I would
Yeah.
love
And we
the
all
split.
know the ticket sales aren't going to do well, and we all know that, like, so I don't know if I can be a female and not be a fan of female shows, but I'm not a fan of all female shows.
I don't blame you for
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
I
feel-
love performing them. Like, I get more excited to go and like play an all female
Yeah,
show.
yeah.
I think it's
than
more
I
of the
do anything
community. It's like,
else.
oh, this will be fun.
Let me
it's
ask you
like,
from the other side
This
of
isn't
that.
something that this isn't a favor I asked for, and product wise, it's not doing anything for anybody.
Well, let me ask you from the other side of that, because, like, I've asked people before to put together like their own round or whatever. Do you think it's disrespectful or like, I don't know, like not okay, but I say, hey, this is an all-female round. Or like I'm trying to put together an all-female round.
I mean, I think if you're telling somebody that the people that they need to bring are females, that makes perfect sense to me. You know what I mean? If
Yeah.
you run an all-female round and you just give it to a girl and she doesn't know that, she's probably gonna bring a dude. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That messes up your night. That doesn't make any sense. But
I don't think it's rude.
I don't think
Okay.
it's rude. I don't think it's bad to put it together. I don't think that they should stop. I'm just asking in this room and obviously now on a podcast, how do you guys feel about it?
Are you trying to say, like, sounds to me like what you're trying to say is you wish it was more about the individuality than
I just
being
wish-
character-
I
being
think going
put
back
into,
to what
like, a
Kinsey
box?
said earlier, like 50-50. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody
Mix
on
it
stage,
up.
I think, should be the best at what they do
Yeah.
at any
Yeah.
time. Like, at being themselves, even if that's what it is. So especially when it comes to the rounds. Like, nobody's the best there. That's just individual artists doing their thing.
Yeah.
But nobody,
do you feel like people
nobody
do it as a
bats an-
favor?
I feel like it's a favor,
Yeah.
and I feel like it's like a weird thing. Whereas, like, it doesn't cross anybody's minds.
It's
back
still
to like
causing
the point
I get what you're-
about
I get what
anyway.
you're
Like,
saying.
Yeah.
if you see
Yeah.
a poster
Yeah.
of all men, right?
Yeah.
Like, if you see a show lineup of all men, you don't even think about it. You're just like, I love all those dudes. It's gonna be a great show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you see a poster of all women, and everyone's either like, not going to that, or they're like, oh, women needed a show to play for, so they put together an all
The
women
promoter,
lineup.
whoever did them a favor.
And it's
by
like,
putting-
oh,
and
bless
it's like
their
you're
hearts.
trying
Like
to tell me I
charity.
wouldn't have had this seat if you were booking men tonight.
yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what
I
mean?
could see how
That's
that
what
would. Yeah.
drives me
Yeah.
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 I will
I've
say
never
though,
thought of it that way. I can see how
sometimes
that.
when I see it all, like, you know, I looked at something the other day, and it's a show in here at, I think it's in Nashville. I don't remember the name of it, but I read there was, I kid you not, there was probably 50 names on the bill, and it was a weekend thing, and I was looking, and there was only 3 girls on it, and I do remember I was in my car, and I remember being like, there's 3 girls out of the 50 spots. That part did, I'm not gonna lie, that did. I did go like, those are cool people. I'd like to see them, but I did go like, that's ridiculous.
That's bonkers.
Yeah, I mean,
But
that
I
is
do
still-
agree with the. It feels like
There's
they're
one of
like,
the
I'm
stages, like
throwing you guys a
Stagecoach or
bone.
something that has one female on the entire week lineup on
Yeah.
that specific stage.
Well, a lot
you
of
know
the
what I mean?
Texas shows are like that too. Like the
Why do y'all
Texas
think that is
scene.
though?
I think it's because women run a much larger consumership than anyone wants to acknowledge, and women want to see men play. I'm not going to sit here and blame men all day long for the fact that we're not doing well. You know what I mean? I mean, look at how women interact with men's social media other than females, because men don't have the luxury of interacting with females' social media the way that women have. Because if a girlfriend sees a guy's heart on a female artist page, that's like disloyalty. You know what I mean? So
Right.
there's also a disability for men, I think, to interact with female artists in the way that women interact with male
I've
artists.
caught shit from
Right.
commenting
Yeah.
on y'all stuff before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like-
well, and I've
yeah.
caught stuff
Wow.
from being like too close to a guy songwriter that I was just friends with, but like girlfriend felt a certain way about it, and so
Yeah.
now I can no longer write with him anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I dated someone before, and it was literally hell
Yeah.
because like I like being around female artists. It's just I just like being around y'all. You're fun.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
it's never been anything weird. I've never gotten
No.
too much trouble or stuck my foot in my mouth too fucking much. But like it's a lot of people just don't understand. Like it's different. Like I view you as an artist. It's not that I don't recognize you're a female. It's I view you as an artist. So it's like I want to work with you. I want to do stuff with you. And I think there's a lot of people that cross that line and make themselves look stupid. But for the majority of us, we just want to support you the same way we support anybody else. And a lot of women that like, not the one I'm dating now, but the one I was, like they don't get it. Like, and it's always been something like, it's like, oh, you're sharing her stuff, you must like her. So I could see how a lot of people catch shit for it. But
Right.
it's undeserved though.
I
Yeah,
think
but
Right.
why are you making your lady feel insecure? You know, it's like why do
Sometimes it ain't
why
me.
are you know if you're
Well, like if I
not I don't mean you.
Yeah.
I meant in general. If you've got a guy who's commenting, you know, great job, love the song, you look great, or whatever.
yeah.
I feel like it's your job to make your woman feel secure in your relationship. Period. Like she should know. You know,
I
I
wish it
see
was
that
that
as
easy.
like there's an insecurity in that relationship.
Yeah.
You know, and that's not our fault for being an artist, and
Well-
that's
But we
that's,
do catch the
Yeah.
end of it.
Well, when
Yeah.
most men look at y'all though, like y'all have, and I'm probably gonna stick my foot in my mouth, but like y'all have more than most women. Like you have a talent, you have something that just makes you stand out compared to any other woman. And I could see how people would be extremely insecure about even like if it was the other side, even if it was a woman comment on a man's post that's a musician, I could see how you're like, oh damn, I can't do that. Doesn't matter how much you go to the gym or what clothes you buy or whatever. I'm never going to be that talented.
Yeah.
You know, I could see how people, you could sit there and give them reassurance all day,
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're right.
but
Yeah.
it's still like if whoever I'm seeing now, if she was to look at Mike Trout's picture, Major League Baseball player, and was to constantly comment and liking his stuff or whatever, I'd be like, but she wants me to be a fucking baseball player. Like,
Yeah.
I can't ever do that.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I could see how insecurities could grow with that. Like. And it's hard to share y'all stuff. Well, not for me. I'm doing it anyway. Like, if you're going to fuss at me, he's going to fuss. Like, you're going to have to get to know the people in my circle and the folks I work with to lose your insecurities. I think it's the only way you actually do lose them. To know that, like, they see me as a friend, as somebody they work with, nothing more. But, like, a lot of people don't get that opportunity. So I can see how it's hard for men to share women's stuff, though.
Yeah.
It's kind of
Well,
shitty.
I see
they're
both sides.
insecure about
I
it.
do,
You see-
yeah.
You hit the nail on the head too, because like they also think like that we're taking a place for them too.
Yeah.
Like it's like we were saying earlier, we can all share it at the top if we have that mindset.
Yeah.
You know, but if you don't have the mindset of we're going to share at the top, then why can't we just like keep them down there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't want y'all kept down there. I want y'all to keep fucking screaming until you get up there. I just like, and I take it back to my daughter, though. I want my daughter to know she can do any fucking thing. I want her to know that it does not matter what she wants to do, how she wants to live her life, who she wants to love or whatever. Like, I want her to know that she can do whatever the fuck she wants to. And there's just not enough people that's pushing that to kids,
Yeah.
especially women. Like, I'm not knocking anybody that's listening to the show that does some stuff. But, like, there's a way to be a badass and do it the right way. Then there's a way to, oh, this is real cool because this is going to sound crude as fuck. But there's some people that just shake their ass on social media and get 1 million fucking followers and make
Right,
millions of dollars. And when you're looking at somebody like y'all that are super fucking talented compared to somebody who's just shaking their ass on social media and one's popular and one's not, what's a kid going to want to do?
Yeah.
Want to be fucking popular. Where if
think
they
about
actually
that
known
all the
y'all, they
time.
fucking think y'all's the best. What?
About just this, like the music that main radio puts out. I'm like, it's all about getting fucked up and finding someone to sleep with.
Yeah.
That's all it's about. All of these not all of them, but throwing a blanket statement right now. Majority of them are about we're getting drinks, we're going out, it's late at night, we're going home.
Because my heart's broke.
Yeah. And it's like, well, why do you think your heart's broke? You're drinking, you're sleeping with people, and you're never.
And
There's
you're
no-
lying,
Right.
and you're-
There's no growth. There's no connection. There's no, it's like
Authenticity.
And I think about it. It really hit me hard. I have a niece who is 15, and this past 2 years or so, just watching her and watching like the music that she shares, or watching the Instagram pages she shares, or I go like, man, like music does indoctrinate. It
Yeah.
does. We plow it into people's heads.
Yeah.
It's their earworms, and I think about her, and she's so beautiful and has so much going for her, and I'm like, I wish she had music to listen to that provided her quality characteristics,
Yeah.
or morality.
Had depth to it.
Had depth. Thank you. That was
Yeah.
what I was looking for.
Yeah.
And that's so I have put it in my head that I'm like, that is what I want to do. I want to serve music that has depth. Of course, I want the party song every once in a while. Yeah, when you're with your girlfriends,
Right.
spice up your life, baby.
Yeah.
But it's like
Right.
every once in a while to be like, hey, I tried really hard and it just didn't work out, and that's okay. Or being like, I really love this guy and he
Yeah.
really loves me back, and this is really a good thing.
Yeah.
Or okay, my parents passed. I'm gonna write about that vulnerability
Mm-hmm.
instead of just to like drop the beat and let's go to the lake and get fucked up.
Right.
Well, it's
Yeah.
funny though. Like even with my daughter and like her little friends that travel with us with softball and everything, I found out that if we actually show them those good songs though,
They love them
they love them.
Yeah.
They just don't know to love them.
because they're not pushed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And but once they do, like I can't remember who it is, but it was somebody that I played Gracie one song to, and the next thing you know, like her whole playlist that I had to listen to fucking nonstop for like the next week was literally all of this. And it wasn't just the single. It wasn't just what was popular on social media. It was everything. There's so many people. I think sometimes we get blinded by the fact that we get to hear all this great music and we get to hear all the wonderful songs that we forget. Nobody else is getting to hear this shit.
No.
They're getting told what to listen to,
Yes.
and they don't know no fucking better.
It's been being pushed down their throats. What
Yeah.
they listen
Yeah.
to.
The best music I've ever heard has been in the past 4 years. Coming up here recording, being around people. Some of the shit's not cut. Some of the shit will never be cut.
Right.
Some of it happens in a damn room just like this when we're drinking, bullshit, talking. And people just literally think now that whether it's country music or whatever, that the only good music in the world and the only stuff is what they're hearing on radio. I can't tell you how many times I have been around folks and I've tried to play them like I was just going to say Brett Cherokee. Because I love fucking Brett Cherokee so much. He's one of my faves. They'll be like, oh, I want to hear this and this and this. And I'm like, no, shut the fuck up. Listen to this. Give it 2 seconds. And then they'll like it. But then they won't dive into nothing else. Like you have to, most people, I think we all view music completely different than the rest of the world. It's a passion to all of us. We love it. It's part of us. It makes us who we are. And the rest of the world, it's just background noise. Like you have to tell them what to fucking listen to. And
Right.
y'all, I just love the fact there's still people that are doing it the way that y'all are doing it. I like the people that grind. I like the people that play the smoky bars. I like the people that play that for fucking 4 people for 4 hours that earn it. I think if you earn something, it can't be taken away easily. I think a lot of these people that blow up because one song on social media, I think it's easy come, easy go. They might
Yeah.
be cute and shit right now, but in fucking 5 years,
Where's the
nobody's going to know it.
substance? Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like that's been one of my biggest struggles is like, you know, grew up and a lot of us did grow up playing in bars and like cutting our teeth and like know how to entertain a crowd or
Yeah.
play your instrument or sing.
All the
It's
above,
like,
yeah.
Play, monkey.
Yeah.
you know, and then and there's both sides. I've been on both sides of this and I feel like I'm on the other side now, but there was a minute where, you know, TikTok was happening and like, you know, these people were blowing up and I'm like getting record deals and I'm like, do they know how to like
Do they
play a
know?
live
Yeah.
show or so, you know
Yeah.
what I mean? And then I'm like kind of got a little bitter about that, but then got to the point where it's like, well, you already know how to do this, so you may as well just play this one little part of the game that
I'm
Yeah.
super bitter
You know what
about
I
it.
mean?
I'm not
Like,
a
it's
musician, and
like-
I'm super bitter about it.
It's just hard for me to force creativity and unless the inspiration hits to do, you know, some idea of a video or something. It's
Yeah.
just, it's not my wheelhouse.
It shouldn't be
Period.
that.
It's not my wheelhouse.
It-
And that's, you know, I love that other artists can do it and, you know, they get creative with it, but I struggle with it.
Well, a lot
And
of
I'm
it's
not gonna
luck of the
force
draw,
it,
though.
You know?
A lot of it's complete luck. Like a lot of these people, it's literally they got tossed in the algorithm, the right time, the right person shared it. It's not the person with the most views or the most followers is the most talented.
Yeah.
That is not the fucking
Yeah, I'm not
case
going
at
to
all.
base my worth as an
Yeah.
artist off of some numbers on a social media app.
You can't.
Yeah.
Like that doesn't. There's too many people that define their success by that, or want to say they're social media famous or whatever that bullshit means. No.
Influencers.
Yeah,
And it's
the
great.
fucking
I mean, it's
influence
great
shit.
that
I
you can
hate
have
that
that
goddamn word.
influence and you can
Yeah,
like,
there's
reach
no-
that many
10
people.
out of
Yeah.
10.
I think that's amazing, and especially if you're an artist and you are able to gain a lot of followers,
Yeah.
go viral, whatever.
yeah, I'm
That's
not trying to
amazing,
knock anybody
but-
that
Yeah.
No.
And
Well, there's some that
But-
some that have talent that goes along with it, and then you've got some people that just blew up, and now they're going to decide they want to do this
yeah.
Right. And
because it's popular
and
to
that's
do.
disheartening because
Yeah.
it's like you blew up for your video. Great. I'm like you said, not discrediting that, but
Yeah.
like we've done the work in behind the scenes to where
have
like
time
when
in
we
the
get on
saddle.
that big stage, like we know what we're doing. We know how to communicate with the people we're working with. And if you've never done that before, then you don't know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're gonna shit the bed.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. And then when you do, like, so how many of those followers are going to be like true then?
They're not.
You're not, yeah.
Right.
There's-
This is my first time as a consumer seeing on social media artists postponing tours for mental health.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't remember
Oh.
ever seeing that as a child. Obviously, we didn't have
Yeah.
social media in the same way, but I don't. Maybe that's what they were doing, and they blamed it on venues or weather
Yeah.
or
whoever
just
caught it.
personal reasons, right, or
Yeah.
something. But I'm seeing a lot of artists that have really, broken through on TikTok, and some even, major artists kind of are falling into it too, where they just can't handle it anymore.
Yeah.
And I don't know that without even, because in those 4 hours downtown, we've all learned what you receive from people, from
Yeah.
the nasty comments, the negative comments. We were all talking before, this
Vulgarness.
thing started today of just the things that men and even women and everyone, say to us as they're putting money in your tip jar, as if that's like their payment for being able to say whatever they want to. kind of
Yeah.
thing. So
That's the energy exchange.
These incredibly talented, in my brain, kids, are popping off on TikTok and
Yeah.
reels and stuff, and then all of a sudden they have, 500 DMs telling them that they should probably just go kill themselves because they're not that
Yeah.
good,
It's
you know.
awful.
Yeah,
and
it's
it's like,
terrible.
Awful.
can you imagine overnight that being thrown at you? I also
Yeah.
just don't think
Right.
I don't think it's safe.
No,
and I
it's
think it's
not.
just I think it's feeding into, like you said earlier, legacies is not making anybody money. A legacy costs so much money
Yeah.
to make. You know what I mean? Little small viral pop-offs and ticket sales, that doesn't cost
Mm-mm.
a lot of money. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I don't think anyone's interested in making legacies anymore, because when you want to grow someone from the ground to stadiums, do you know how much money that costs?
I'm gonna say they don't even really do it
But if
anymore.
you want
do
to
they?
grow
Time.
somebody to, I found you on TikTok, I'm going to put you on a theater circuit,
Yeah.
and I'm going to pump you full of whatever you want, whether it's alcohol or drugs or whatever you want while on your road, whatever keeps you comfortable. I'm going to get 360 days out of you, and I'm going to find somebody else. And
Yeah.
you're going to spend the rest of your life trying to survive.
Flash in the pan.
That's awful.
It's
Yeah.
awful.
It is awful.
Yeah.
That's
It is.
horrific.
It
And
is.
so I don't envy the viral TikTokers.
I don't
No.
either.
Yeah.
I don't envy them. I have a lot of empathy for them, because that
Yeah.
stage can be pretty scary when
Yeah.
Yeah.
you got 20 times to make a good take of that TikTok.
Yeah.
Now you've got
One time.
you've got one time to do well on stage and keep your composure and do it well and be proud of yourself afterwards, and then you have to talk to people who don't know you.
And people say the most awkward things too when you talk to them. People are just like, some people are
And they're
not
like proud of themselves.
They
They're
are.
like-
They're like they know something that you're going through that day, and they say, like, this wasn't said to me, but it was said to a close friend of mine who went through a tragic event, and someone came up to her and doesn't even know her, and they were like, "How many times have you cried today?"
Oh my god.
What?
What an awkward question to ask someone who's been through something very tragic, and you just know about it because of social medias, and just to be able to go up to them and be like, "How many times have you cried today?"
Well, when we talked about, Lexi and I talked about this last week, I just started promoting a song that we put out 2 weeks ago. I got divorced in 21, and I've had the song ready and mastered since probably the end of 2021, and we just released it because I knew that I was going to feed into the real TikTok thing. I knew that I was going to post a real TikTok thing that was like, I wrote this song, and I came home and I got divorced, because I did. Because it was the last time I was going to write about my incredibly kind husband in a way that I had to come home and be like, co-writer's idea. Don't worry about it, dog. We're good. You're
Yeah.
kind. We're great. And so we held on to it for a long time. My DMs for 6 weeks now have been nothing but like, you wouldn't write a song about this man like this if you didn't love him. Or he's probably the greatest thing on the planet. Maybe you had a tour and got attention and now you're going to leave your husband. Like just
Yeah.
all of these things. And so I was thankfully, gave it enough time to know where now I'm like, that man's incredibly happy with somebody else.
Yeah.
I'm incredibly happy by myself. And this was the
Yeah.
greatest thing that's ever happened to both of us. But but it's like you let people in and you're brave enough to like write a story about your life that other people relate to. And then all of a sudden someone's asking you how much you've cried today because you're just trying to survive. Like,
Well-
that's bonkers.
Well, people on social media think because they follow you, they know you. They think
Agreed.
Yeah.
that they're your friend now.
Yeah.
There's a lot of times, whether you're doing a live or post a video or whatever, you'll have people talk to you, and they'll talk to you in a way as if they think that you're their real friend. Now, every one of us appreciate the folks that follow us, that help share our stuff and all this kind of shit, but
Yeah.
I have a friend group. I have family. Like, I don't know you personally. It's not that I think you're a bad person or anything like that, but I'm not messaging you asking about your family or your personal life. I don't see how some of these people think that it's okay to do it to us. Especially like you put something out like that. Nobody knows your fucking story. Nobody knows anything to do with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For them to even speak on it, it's complete fucking ignorance.
Right.
It's just like you can't tell this person who actually lived it how they're supposed to feel, how they're supposed to act, how they're supposed to put
Right.
it out into the world.
Yeah.
That's stupid to me.
Yeah.
But they think just because they hit that fucking follow button,
They have a right
they
to.
got a right to say what the fuck they
Yeah.
want to.
Or just because they put that $5 in your tip jug. Come on, don't you want to sit on my lap?
Right?
Yeah.
You
Not
should
for
have kicked
$5,
that
sir.
fucking dude in the face.
I should have. And he was this gross man too. It wasn't like, and it wouldn't have made it even better if he wasn't a gross man. Just the way he was speaking and the way that he thought, since he had given me that little bit. And then
Yeah.
afterwards he was like, yeah, okay, good for you for like knowing your worth. And I'm like, yeah, fucking I know my worth.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
put a couple zeros behind it, and if you're
Yeah, but you
cute
don't
and
have to
being
test
kind of
it.
sweet about it, maybe because I like to be flirty. But it's like,
That's it.
yeah, but like no.
Well,
I've
not
had
not
men on,
enough.
like-
Go ahead.
I've had men on like three or four occasions, which is enough for me. Might not be a lot for anyone else. That's enough for me. Like in the meet and greet line afterwards, and they'll walk up to you with their wife, and when they shake their hand, they'll give you some money, and then they'll take the photo with you, and they'll touch you during the photo. And every single time I hand the money to their wife, and I tell their wife what happened.
You
Every
should.
time.
That's great.
When I have men in
100%.
my DMs,
Yeah,
if I
yeah.
really, really feel wild and I'm just bored at home, I'll go to their profile and I'll find their wife and I'll go to her DMs and I'll just send her a little screenshot because why not start some fires in the world? You know what I mean?
I love you so
Why
much
not?
more now.
Why not?
Just
You're giving me ideas.
yeah, it's
I
the
mean,
greatest
come
thing
on.
on the
absolutely
planet. Do
love
not be
that.
quiet about it. There's no reason to.
Well,
There's no reason to
first-
be quiet about it.
That's fucking wrong.
Well, if they're in my
100%
DMs,
fucking
they're
wrong.
50 other girls. You know
Oh,
what I mean? And
absolutely.
younger girls,
Of
too.
course.
Way younger girls.
Yeah, and they think that just because they can reach into their wallet and be like, here you go, oh, I have a right to you. Because
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
gave you a little bit.
There's been several times in my life I've needed $20, but never for anything. And that would never ever cover anything for me. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, it's just,
Well, there's not enough.
it's
And like,
just vain. It's
I'm
just
not speaking
stupid.
for all men because I think I'm not actually a decent piece of shit. The
I
best way I know how
love
to put
men.
it.
I think most of you guys are great.
Yeah.
I
But
love men.
there is a group of men, and I don't know how to classify them or whatever. They think money solves everything anyway. They think if they show you a fucking $100 bill that you're going to be amazed by it. For some fucking
Right.
reason, I've never got that. Plus, I've just never had $100 to fucking hand out to people to see if they were amazed either.
Neither do they. I'm gonna tell you that right now. They don't either.
But they're trying to show you their value or whatever somehow, and it comes off fucking stupid and weird anyway.
Yeah.
It's
But
kind
I-
of sad.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Like,
It is.
It is.
Trust me.
oh, I can buy
I'm
you. Like, no.
until I started trying to see shit from my daughter's point of view. There's stuff that I've done before that I thought was completely innocent, thinking I'm being flirty, thinking I'm being funny. To now looking at it, it's like that could have came off really
You're
fucking
riding the
bad.
line.
Right.
Yeah, like it's like, but I'm 36 now. Me at we had Gracie when I was 24. I wasn't an adult then. Like I'm
Yeah.
still probably not fucking technically an adult now. But there's just certain things as a man you just don't get until you get it, and then you're like, fuck, that's not okay.
Well, and then I'm not trying to say like all men are this way, but
Yeah.
some men think that if we dress a certain way, that
It's
we're
a-
asking for it.
That's always
Yes.
been stupid to me.
It has me too. But like one time I had a guy, I was in a social setting and I froze up because I didn't know what to do because I was appalled that it even happened. And I was talking to a table of ladies, and he came up behind me and double fisted my ass.
Wow.
Both hands.
I'm sorry, just the way you,
And I was
way
just
you
like,
said it. You're a very
I was
good
like in the
storyteller.
middle of conversating, and then my mom, like when I told my mom, she was like, "Did you turn around and slap him or say anything?" And I was like, "I was in the middle of a conversation and I didn't even know what was going on, and just kind of
You froze.
froze."
Yeah.
Like what? Like the
That's what happens to
audacity
me.
that he could just like we weren't flirting.
Yeah.
We weren't like I wasn't on a date with this guy. I was in a social setting of like 13 to 15 people
Yeah.
just hanging out.
Yeah.
And he just thought, hey, I can come up and like
I
grab her.
could
ass.
never. You just hearing you say that, I'm like, I don't have enough guts, audacity, whatever. I don't even do that to my girlfriend now in public. Like it's
It's just
I don't know how men I don't know, but also too I'll say this: there are some women that are just as aggressive.
They are.
Oh, yeah.
Agreed.
That
Oh,
are-
yeah,
I-
Agreed.
Absolutely.
Yeah, there are
Sure.
some that are
100%.
just as aggressive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's got to be a mindset. It's got to be that they think by touching you in that way, it's going to show you. I guess that they want you.
Yeah.
But it
guess, yeah.
completely comes off like, why the fuck are you doing this right now? This is
Trying to-
weird.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I agree wholeheartedly with that. I mean, I've seen women go up and just grab a guy
Yep.
too. Like it's
Yeah.
both ends of the spectrum.
We just had to kick. We did a show like 2 weeks ago with Will Mosley and Zach Top for one of our honky tonk nights in Macon, and there was a girl. She literally grabbed me. I just knew her from social media, like grabbed me, and luckily my girlfriend didn't beat the shit out of her. But we like had to make her leave,
Yeah.
and it was just like, why do you even
Why
think
did you
that that's okay?
Right.
That's weird.
It is weird.
I don't know what anybody thinks when they do that.
Also, like the thought
They
to
don't care.
like maybe women can get away with it more because
Yeah.
it's not as much of a sexual harassment as if it's a man,
Yeah.
even though it is.
But
Yeah.
it is.
But
Yeah, it's the exact same.
Yeah, I mean, it's when people try to compare traumas, I always get kind of aggravated because your trauma is your trauma and it's going to be equally as traumatic to the next person. Like,
Yeah.
you can't
Yeah.
define somebody's trauma, right?
Or like, yeah,
what
like the
level?
Like-
gravity
And-
of their trauma.
Yeah, and it's the
Yeah.
same thing. Like it's if you're being assaulted in that way and you didn't, obviously, you're being assaulted, you didn't ask for it. But when somebody does that, like, it's traumatic anyway, but it's just as comparable when a man does it to you. It's fucking
Right.
weird.
Yeah.
I think what
that your guys' might be a little worse because you don't get any empathy for it.
yeah.
Yeah.
The whole bar isn't going to rally against this female.
Well,
for
most people are
you,
going to cheer.
or make sure that you're safe
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
anything. If anything, you're the fucking man in the room.
Yeah.
That girl just came up and grabbed her balls for no
That's what I'm saying.
reason, and there's no repercussions. When it's
Yeah.
like that's literally sexual assault. Like that's
Yeah.
not appropriate. And
Yeah.
if God help me if there's anything in you that felt fear or anger or like shame in that moment because no one recognizes that for
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
And I think that's dog shit. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? And as a woman who loves women, I think, like I said earlier, we are fully responsible for
Yeah.
how culture has allowed us to do things. I know there's a lot of, ramifications to go outside of that as far as, whatever you want to bring into it. But it's like, I do think women are lacking in a lot of responsibility these days in what they want to see change and happen and stuff as far as how they're treating men, not how
Yeah.
they're
Yeah.
receiving treatment from
Yeah.
men. That's
Just-
not what I'm talking about,
Yeah.
but how they're treating men.
I feel like in general, we just, person to person, we need to hold each other to a higher caliber.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Like, just human to human, we should all hold each other to higher calibers.
Well, that's one
Yeah.
reason I wanted to do this show because I've had to see it firsthand now with y'all and some other artists. Like, you see how you get disrespected.
Yeah.
I brought up the thing earlier with Meg and Patrick that I showed Gracie and we've shared on the show. And it's one of the coolest fucking things I've seen where some drunk assholes in the crowd hollers out, "Show me your tits."
Yeah.
She stops the band, kicks the motherfucker out, but says on stage, "I worked too goddamn hard for you to sit there and holler at me like that." It's badass.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
men and women, anybody that's disrespectful and a piece of shit, they just don't know, or if they do, they're oblivious to it. One reason why I wanted to do this, so like maybe somebody hears it and maybe they start thinking, well, maybe that's not okay. Maybe they don't perceive it the way that I intended them to. And then some of them are just pieces of shit and they're just doing what the fuck ever they want to do.
But you can be a piece of shit as a girl, and you can be a
Yeah.
piece of shit as a guy. I mean, it doesn't, like, just because you're a girl or a guy, it doesn't define your shittiness.
Shit isn't sexist.
That's right.
It's not. It'll cling to the
Everybody
first open
has it.
receiver.
That's good.
Everybody does it.
We all do it.
Oh, damn.
There's also that thought of like speaking about this stuff, like how we've been mistreated. But then there's like, for me, I'm at the point with struggling, like, okay, at what point do I say, like, I'm not going to live my life in a victim mentality
Yeah.
and just be like,
Yeah.
well, life isn't fair. And if they're going to screw you, screw them back.
Well,
like, what, like, I feel like I'm trying to find that balance of like, as a woman, we've all had injustices in life in the music industry.
Yeah.
But at what point do we take responsibility and say, I'm not gonna be a victim without discrediting what happened? Do you see what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
You,
Well,
what I'm trying to say?
Like, where's the happy medium
Right.
of
I
using
think
it
it's-
as a trauma or growing from it and handling it different the next time?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
I think it's less of like not screwing them over back, but rather knowing your worth,
Right.
knowing like who you are, and then moving on with the lesson learned. And I hate to say that, but I mean, we do have to take ownership of some of the positions that we put ourselves in.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And so
Exactly.
knowing like how we got to that whatever scenario, and then coming out of it, not with a victim, but, oh, I see what I did there, and I see what they did there.
And
now I
remove
know
yourself.
what to watch for.
Yeah.
I'm big on like a lot of people. This helped me. I know me and Kenzie have talked about this before, but a lot of stuff we do is mental health, right? I'm a suicide survivor from like 2010, so like I felt like that's my purpose. Like I do a lot of fucked up shit, and I talk a lot of trash, and I have a lot of crazy shit on the show. But like I feel like everything that I do is to take the taboo away from me being able to talk about it. So like even it used to like taste like the shit coming out of my mouth to say, "Hey, I tried to commit suicide in 2010." Now it's like another language. It doesn't bother me at all to talk about it and everything, right?
Yeah.
But it became my purpose. So like I feel like a lot of people are looking for their purpose, but what if their purpose is them? Everything that you've ever done, everything you've been through,
Yeah.
is making you what you're supposed to be.
Yeah.
So like the
Exactly.
stuff that y'all have been through and everything,
Right.
you either got a way of either being the victim or looking at it in the way that
Character.
maybe this happened to me for a reason.
For sure.
Yeah.
So I can help someone else make it not happen to them. Or if it did happen to them, make them know that it's okay to talk about it. Make it
Right.
to where like they have a voice. There's not enough people that, whether it's mental health or sexual assault or anything like that, to where they feel comfortable talking about it. It's so uncomfortable to talk about those things.
Kenzie and I have been talking about this a lot lately, like about how the uncomfortable truths have been coming out
Yep.
and how
And it'll keep coming out.
it will.
And it's not pretty. It's uncomfortable. It's ugly.
It's supposed to be.
But the
But-
truth comes out always.
But talking about the truths and knowing what the truth is, to like admitting the truth to yourself and others, and then forgiving whatever parts need to be forgiven,
Yeah.
and then moving on is a big part of it.
I read a quote the other day that I really like, and I'm going to try really hard not to butcher it. But its general idea was the fact of a major part of your healing story is accepting your fault in the trauma. So, like you said, as far as like putting there, you have to hold responsibility for putting yourselves in certain situations that maybe your gut knew better, but you didn't have the wherewithal that day to say no or to turn around and walk away, or you were placating, or you were trying like, smile and nod, and then going back 2 days later and being like, I can't believe I let myself get there, but next time maybe you look
Yeah,
at
but they
yourself
should
and
still, whatever the situation is, whoever you're talking about or anything, they still need to be held accountable.
right.
Agreed.
But it's
sure.
like
Well,
taking
yeah,
that
they do.
experience and going, okay, that's how I handled it that time. I feel this way now. I don't like the way I feel. I don't like who I see in the mirror. So I'm going to take this experience and I'm going to take it as growth. And the next time I feel that same feeling, I will use my voice.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Like
remove
with me,
yourself
I'm
from
hard
this.
headed as fuck, dude. Like I am hard headed. I've never learned a lesson the easy way.
Yeah.
Like a lesson that I needed to learn had to be fucking beat into my head, right? And I think if you don't hold people accountable, some of these people are never going to learn their fucking lesson.
Yeah.
Some people have to
Yeah.
learn the fucking hard way.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the lessons I've learned really have to do with my PTSD and stuff, of knowing what my triggers are and what my response is, which is in those types of situations of being offered the world and also getting a dick rubbed on my leg
Yeah.
or whatever. I learned that I freeze up, and it's because of the trauma in the past and everything, and for a long time it ran my life and my world of it's their fault, victim mentality. It ran my life. But now I see those people are hurt, right? They're in pain. They did what they did for a reason, and these lessons that I'm learning are painting the picture of who I really am and who I've always been, really. Just who I am now with trauma
Yeah.
or whatever. And that doesn't define me.
Yeah.
The trauma doesn't define me. But knowing what my body does in those moments, the freeze response, which I've had so many men at shows especially grab my waist, spank my ass, grab my ass, get just way too close, talk to me like no filter whatsoever, like it's just fine. She won't care. But the hard part is that I do freeze.
Yeah.
And so I've had to learn from that to speak my voice more, to stand up to these guys. And, you know,
Well, it's either you
It's
let
hard
your,
work.
Yeah.
You're
it's
doing
a
hard
lot.
work
it's a
for
lot
yourself.
of lessons. It's a lot of lessons.
Yeah,
and
it's
I
not easy.
You know, take responsibility for what happened and how I reacted to it. But now
well, it's
I
either
just,
it's either
I do-
you
I
let your
react
demons control
differently.
you or you control them.
Right.
So you have to start looking at stuff like when you freeze up. I know it's a defense mechanism to keep you from fucking going full trauma mode or whatever, but like it's okay when it happens to fucking call them out right
Yeah.
then to say something. To like a lot of people are going to say, "Oh, she's a crazy bitch because she caused the scene." No, she was standing up for herself.
Yeah.
There's a lot of women get called a bitch when they stand up for themselves.
And
Yeah.
crazy.
A man, though,
Yeah,
and I'm gonna say
yeah.
this: if I stand up for myself, all of a sudden I'm a
Oh, you're a
badass.
man.
Yeah. But if you do it and you do it in the, I don't want to say right way because I don't know what the actual way would be, but if you were to be stern, I guess, and draw the line in the sand, maybe if you draw the line in the sand right then, they know I'm
Right.
not the one to fuck with.
So I had a friend, the last time I went to Denmark, he's an artist friend, and he was super drunk, and he grabbed my ass, and
Yeah.
he's never been disrespectful to me ever. And that was one of those moments where I stood up, I turned around, and I said, "Don't you ever grab my ass again?
Yeah.
That's not okay," you know, and kind of got in his face and got pretty stern with him, and he just left. Like, he got kind of scared and left, and then the next day,
He had to go lick
talked
his
me.
wounds.
Yeah, well, and he came and apologized and was like, "That's not me," and
I hate
I was
that.
like-
I hate that with the alcohol. That's
Yeah.
not me. No, that's you.
Right.
That shit's amplified. You
Right.
wanted to do it when you were sober, and alcohol gave you the fucking courage to do it.
It was uncomfortable for me in that
Yeah.
moment to do it, but it was worth it because
Well, see, this is how I look at
never
it. though.
happen again.
You standing up for yourself that night, more than likely you wouldn't have been the only one. By
Right.
you standing up and making him fucking leave, somebody else didn't have to deal with it.
It's true.
Well, and it maybe changes his perspective.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
most of us are ignorant now. Like, men are stupid. We have fucking caveman brain. I can't help it most of the time to where you see something you're attracted to, all of a sudden you go full stupid. I don't know why I'm that way. If puberty up, if I see someone I'm attracted to, I don't know. Like, my brain does something to where it's like, huh, like, I want to take it back
Primal
to the
mode.
cave. Like, that's it. Yeah. And you have to get out of that train of thought because you start getting around people that you try not to sexualize.
Yeah.
Like, it is hard as fuck now. But I know with me, and I would hope other men would hear this and have the same outlook. I want to be treated to where we can have a great time. We can go places. I don't care if you fucking view me as a big brother. Like, or a little brother, whatever. I do not care. It's hard to take away that sexualized thing. But if you can get over it, we can be friends. I want a good reputation when it comes with women because I want to keep working with y'all. Like, I do believe that it is like my job to either talk about mental health or make the world a better place for my daughter. And the only way I do that is by being a good man. It took me a long time in my life to figure out that it's hard to be a good man, but you don't have to. I got friends that if we all went to the bar tonight, all five of us, I know guys that would literally hit on each one of y'all until they found somebody that they thought was interested in them, right? They are unable to go to a bar or anything and just be around women as friends.
Yeah.
I've got it to where now, like, I don't like being around men anyway, to be honest with you, unless it's just my buddies. Like, because everybody else is stupid to me. I think I'm starting to see how stupid men are. I don't fucking like them at all. I think they're so goddamn stupid most of the time. And y'all are cool to deal with. Like, but until you call people out and you tell them that this is wrong, and they see it from your perspective, most folks just don't know. And I know that sounds so fucking stupid, but they just don't. They ought to know the difference between right and wrong.
Well, and some
But
of
they
them
don't.
have I feel like have gotten away with that behavior for so long that
Yeah.
they do know what they're doing,
Yeah.
but they just don't care, and they're gonna take their chances.
Yeah,
Right?
there's a guy here, and I'm not going to call out names because I don't fuck with him anymore. Last year at some point in time, there was somebody with us, and he got gropey with them. Very gropey, and I would have never, ever thought that this dude was like that. And I was like, fuck, if this dude is this way, there's so, like, then you start picking up on little things at bars. You start picking up on shit that's like, it's not okay. I'm real, like, this is going to sound crazy. If I see something going on in the bar, I'm usually the one that intervenes. But it's because I feel like I believe in karma. And I want, if something ever happens like that to my child one day, that somebody steps the fuck
Picks
up.
Yeah.
So, like, I feel like even if I don't know this person, I've gotten myself into a lot of altercations and a lot of fucking shit the past couple of years by stepping in the middle. If somebody like y'all aren't going to stand up, there ought to be a good dude, a good man that actually gets in the middle of it. But you also kind of like, I've seen you before. I've seen your body language before to where you was like, get this motherfucker away. Like, and then you try to come intervene. You can do it in a nice way to like split it up to where you know she's aggravated.
Yeah.
Fucking go on.
I try and like neutralize them. I'll
Yeah.
just be like, "What's up, dog?"
Yeah.
Okay, man. And they're like, "What do I do with that?" They're treating me like a bro, and then I just
You are.
just like go away.
You are.
But when there's a lot of people, and I'm not just going to say men, there's a lot of people you could talk to them like that, and they're still not going to get the fucking point.
Yeah.
Like
Especially not after so many drinks.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You got to be fucking stern. But there ought to be, and I always say, and I'm not trying to, this is the best way not to put it, there ought to be more cowboys and cowgirls out there. There ought to be more people that's not scared to take a stand. More it's not like, I'll catch shit about this show, and there'll be like some male artist that I never knew that wanted to work with me but won't now. But it's like, are you more worried about legacy? Or are you more worried about doing the right thing? Talking about the uncomfortable things? There's a lot of people on social media, even with the show being in the top 1% in the world, they will not fuck with me because like I will not pander to them. I will not kiss their ass. Like, I'm going to do this my way. If I'm going to succeed, I'm going to do it my fucking way.
Yeah.
I'm not going to do it at all. And this is what more people need to hear, though. This is more of what needs to get out there. One, for education.
Yeah.
But two, also, hold some motherfuckers accountable.
Yeah.
Let them know that this is not fucking okay. A dude saying the mountain shit to you, there should have been
Yeah.
some dude that heard that and went
No,
up and
and
kicked
the
him
thing
right in the
is
dick.
his friends are like, I guess his whole friend group knows him as the Mountain, and he used to be a bigger guy, and now he's still bigger, but not, like, I don't mean this rudely, he's just a large man.
Yeah.
And they were just laughing. And they were like, oh, he's drunk. Oh, it's okay. Like,
It's not.
but it's
Like he's
not.
innocent.
And
Yeah.
he wasn't in. I even had the thought of, do I go and tell the manager about him and get him kicked out? And then that plays another, altercation in my mind, because you have to take into consideration he's there with like 20 people, taking up a big part of this, semi-small bar. And if I get him kicked out, what are the friends gonna say, and what are they gonna, how are they gonna act? And they're all paying patrons, and I am getting paid to play here and entertain these people who are drinking. So
Yeah.
there's a fine line of,
I'll simplify it for you.
yeah.
This is literally like my motto, every decision I have to make. And I love everything simplified in my life because I'm stupid. Morals over money. Every single time.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Whatever's right is right. Doesn't matter how much I'm getting paid to do something. If I wanted to sell out and have every fucking TikTok goddamn star or Instagram star or people that's on radio or whatever, like there's some people I would love to have on the show. Don't get me wrong, that are on radio, but I'm not. I'm the person who wants to push certain things, and it's hard sometimes because you're worried about getting paid
Right.
in that situation. You're worried
Right.
about what the bar thinks that they're going to book you again.
Well, and then I did call him out a couple of times, like on his banters back and forth, where like the friends chuckled on my behalf of like kind of not making fun of him, but just kind of like using what he was saying to me against him
Yeah,
through the microphone, because I do have the microphone,
Yeah.
which makes it a little better.
Well, it's like, do you remember when we were in Key West and that guy said something to us about the reach around? And I was like, you can reach around in your wallet? Like, I don't know what the hell you're talking about us about a reach around, but if you would like to reach around to your own wallet, go for it.
Yeah.
you know what's bad about that though? The dude thinks you're being flirty. Then
Yeah.
that's the problem. Like it's if they're being disrespectful, and you feel like you have to comment something most of the time, because they're probably fucking stupid because they're mentioning something in the first place. They're literally going to think you're flirting with them. We're stupid. I'm telling you. Like, I'm trying my best to tell you from a man's
Silence.
point
I
of
think
view.
you should call this podcast "We're Stupid."
Yeah.
Men,
I'm
a
pretty
story.
sure if they're listening to this, they already fucking know I am. So.
I don't know. For me, when it comes to like lines on stage and stuff like that, and trying to figure out how to do it, it's like, do I feel like, am I disrespected
Yeah.
or am I unsafe?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because if some dude's gonna sit in the crowd and disrespect me, like you said, I've got the mic. Like, you all of a sudden are, you know, you're just useless, and you can just make fun of him however you want to and do your thing. But if you feel unsafe, you are protecting you and every other just human in that room
Absolutely.
by calling them out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And again, every single one of us have been followed to our car after a show.
Yeah.
Every single one of us has had to, you know, make sure that we weren't even followed home from our shows. Every single
Right.
one of us has made sure that we had to go somewhere before we went home or before we went to the hotel. Every single one of us has tagged our hotel in a different city in the towns that we're in, you know, because it's like, you can't watch my story and know where I'm staying. So it's like, do you feel disrespected? Because I think you can let your pride go there and make your money, do your gig, do what's best for your show. Fuck that guy. Find his wife at some point in time in the bar, because she's in there.
Right.
You know what I mean? Or girlfriend, I swear to God, they're always
Right.
in there. And then, but if you feel unsafe, I think you do absolutely whatever is necessary. You'll never get booked there again. I don't care. If I feel unsafe, I don't care if you never book me back again.
Yeah.
Because if you're a venue
100%.
owner who allowed your talent to feel
That's
unsafe,
exactly how I look
I
at
don't
it.
want to play there anyway.
Yeah.
If you're setting that kind of precedent at a bar to where
And I
that's
would love
okay.
to send 20 people walking out of your bar. Absolutely.
Yeah, fuck that. They've already paid their money to
Yeah.
get in.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want anybody, whether it's male or female, to go somewhere and not feel safe.
Absolutely.
Like when you're playing a show, but you have the power. When you have out there the mic, you're in charge of every fucking thing pretty much. If somebody's being disrespectful or somebody's being ugly, you're not just helping yourself out. You're teaching that asshole a lesson that hopefully he learns to where he doesn't do it to the next person. It's not enough people that literally put it in their face, take a stand, and do it the right way. Like, if you're wrong, you're wrong. Hopefully, if somebody's wrong and you put them in their place, they understand that they're wrong and they grow. They change. But if you don't,
That's on them then.
yeah, it's on them.
But you did your part in standing up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love when y'all do it.
I'm trying to get better. I still struggle with it quite
I
a
do
bit,
too.
but I'm aware of it, and I feel like that's the jumping off point. You know, it'll just get easier and easier the more I force myself to do it.
I have a tattoo on my hip that's really stupid. I got it drunk up here one night. It's WWGJD. What would George Jones do? But anytime,
Probably
you just-
50% of things you would do, you probably also shouldn't do.
absolutely,
Yeah.
yeah. But they're fun. I mean,
Better idols. Better idols. Enjoy the music. Better idols.
yeah, I know. In that case, what you was talking about, trying to get better at it. You think about your favorite artist. What would they do? You think about the people that you idolize.
Yeah.
What would they do in that situation?
I feel
That's a
like
good way to think about it.
it's been harder. This is the same thing, but also different. Speaking like from an industry standpoint, kind of what you were talking about earlier with like men saying shitty shit or trying to get you to do something you don't want to do, and I feel like that's where my struggle came from, because I had somebody I worked with say like, "Oh, you need to lose weight, or you need to." If you lift too many weights, you're going to look like a dyke. Probably not good for show business. Like, had all the crazy things, like,
Gosh.
said
Came
to
out.
me.
Woo.
And, like, I feel like that, for me to tell a guy at a bar to screw off is a lot easier than somebody who is, at the time, thinking,
Across the desk.
holding an opportunity in front of you and
Right.
saying, you need to do this or else I'm not going to help you
Yeah.
get where you want to go in the
Exactly.
industry. And it's just like, that has been... I never ended up saying anything. You know, we ended on a good note, and I never stood up for myself. And now I kind of like regret that. But also, I guess I want to say that for other women out there that are in the industry, that just because somebody did something in the industry, and if they're going to say something that makes you feel uncomfortable and they're holding an opportunity over your head, like there is somebody else to work with
Yeah.
that will not speak to
Yeah.
you that way.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well,
And it's okay to be like, all right, dude, like, That's not cool.
And like Ali said, you won't be famous.
Right?
Yeah.
They're
No.
not
Yeah.
gonna make you famous.
They're just gonna keep
Not at all.
dangling.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's so much
someone
attached
like that,
to
you're
that.
never gonna get small enough for, or you're never
Yeah.
gonna get what enough for. You know, anyone who just sees a human and says there's a lot of things physically to correct here, they're always gonna see a human and think there's a lot of things physically to correct here,
Yeah.
and they're always gonna think that your value sits on those things. Like, people show you who they are, they just do,
Right.
and
Well,
it's like,
I think the saddest part about that is you don't get to be yourself.
For sure.
Like, one of the things that I enjoy is, like, I had to find myself. It took 30-something years before it's completely comfortable with me. I don't want anybody changing me. Like, we've had opportunities to work for bigger studios, and folks pick us up. The first thing they say is, we want creative control and all this other shit. Like, I don't want to make it not being me. And anytime somebody wants to change you guys or whatever, like, people love you for you. It's like when you get into a relationship and they just love everything about you, but then they start trying to change you. And then all of a sudden, they don't love you no more. They don't want to be with you no more.
What's
But they
conditional
changed
love?
Right.
Conditional.
Yeah.
I'll love you if.
you. Yeah.
Yeah.
You
Well, that's
know?
the same thing right there. Like,
Yeah,
they're-
I'll support you if. I'll help you to the next level if.
Right.
yeah, you don't need
It
that.
Conditional.
shouldn't be conditional.
Yeah.
And I think y'all, and I'm not going to speak for everybody, but I'll at least speak for the five of y'all in this room. Your talent is enough. You're different. Every one of y'all are equally as good in a different way. None of you sound the same.
Yep.
There's not a cookie cutter in the fucking room.
Right.
No.
Like, just be your fucking self. Somebody told me a long time ago, because I used to do a lot of political shit, but I'm not left, I'm not right at all. Like, I'm in the middle. I want what is best for me and my house, regardless of who that is. Like, I do not give a fuck. I don't care what your political views are or anything. I want what's going to make my life better, regardless. And for the longest time, people would tell me, hey, if you say this, you're going to run off this crowd. And I'm like, they're probably not listening to me anyway.
Yeah.
The people that love me are going to love me. The people that dislike me are going to dislike me. I need to keep feeding into the people that love me so I can be me. And they're going to tell their friends. They're going to grow that crowd for you. You're never going to make people who don't like you, that don't get you, that don't understand your art. You're never going to make them a fan. There's
Yeah.
nothing you could do.
sure.
I'm not knocking this guy because I've said his name on the show because he's just not my favorite artist, but he's killing it. I'm not a Kane Brown fan. I don't get his music. I don't connect. He's obviously fucking killing it. I mean, he's got everything in the damn world.
It's not your cup of tea.
It's not my cup of tea.
Yeah.
And there's nothing that he could probably do to make me like him. There's other folks. But if I love you and I love your music, or I love anything you do, your book, whatever it is, I'm going to look for the next thing. And if you're not authentic and you're not being you, you're not connecting with your real demographic. You're connecting with fair weather people.
Yep.
Don't fuck fair weather people. Fuck the people that come and go. I want the people that's, even when I do a shitty show, they're going to listen to that show. When I'm hungover and I sound like shit and I'm not entertaining, I still want that person that's going to fucking download that. Because they get me. They know that I'm not perfect. They know I'm going to fuck up. But
Yeah.
those are my people.
Yeah.
And you're always going to be authentic to yourself.
Yeah. I spent so much of my life not being that. That's where, like, now, I don't give a fuck. But I do it in a respectful way to everybody else. Like, I don't have to be ugly to you. I just have chose to cut people off and just not fuck with you. And I get it when people do that to me. It's for my mental health. Like, I don't have to fake anything. And when you stop faking shit, it's just crazy how better your life gets. Like, you get to get up and know, like, even if I run into this person tonight downtown, I can just walk right past them. I'm oblivious to them. I don't have a problem with them in any type of way. I still hope that everybody succeeds. I don't want anybody to fail.
Yeah.
But, like, I want to just be me. And
Yeah.
I want y'all to just be y'all.
I love, there's a thing that I've read that the guy said, kind of what you're speaking of, people that used to be your best friends.
Yeah.
Or, when you have, no one talks about friendship breakups enough.
Yeah.
Those things hurt.
Fuck yeah, they
And
do.
they are hard. And, and they're lonely. And it's, but the quote of like, I love you and I will always love you, but we go no further.
Yeah.
I love that. I was going through, my mom used to call it like the proverbial like clearing of the plate. Your plate has been full for so long, you're trying to grow, you can't grow, your plate is full, nobody can give you anything because your plate is full. You have to clear the plate, and clearing the plate's really painful. And so when I was going through a clearing the plate process, it was one of those, like, I heard that quote, and I was finally like, oh, okay, we can do this. We're going to be okay. Yeah. I do love them. I do cherish my time with them, but goddamn, I hope I never have to talk to them again.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
like,
I really like that voice. The voice is cool.
that's my, like,
I really hope
little
they
girl
change
sobbing voice.
I really hope you change the camera to that because that's definitely clickbait. That's wonderful.
You're welcome. Yeah. It's true, though. It's like you can love people and just know, like, never again.
Oh.
You know, I think about it sometimes, and I'm like, if you know, even if we had coffee or we sat down across from each other and just really, you know, just like laid our weapons down and said, like, hey, you know, I still don't think I would want to go. It would never be go back to what it was.
Yeah.
You know, I think it's best. It's okay to walk away from those things.
It's good in the fact that forgiveness not only helps them, it helps you.
Yeah.
Like, and you can move on from it. But at the same time, like, I'm just big on if you're not there for me, I want the friends around me, the people around me, that even when I fuck up, they tell me I fuck up,
Yeah.
but they still have my back.
Yeah, they give you
Yeah.
grace.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or even
Right.
when you change, you know.
Yeah. But
Like-
there's a lot of people, dude, they're just stuck. Like, if my hometown, there's some boys that I grew up with that I love, I would do anything in the world for if they needed me. But I'm not hanging out with them. I'm not going to get tied up in the same shit.
Yeah.
We're just different. And it's so good to be able to cut that off, though. It's so able to say, hey, look, nothing wrong with you. I've grown in a way that you haven't grown. I want to keep growing. You're stagnant. If you're not around people that, I like to be in uncomfortable rooms. I told y'all when we first started that I was so fucking uncomfortable. I don't know why. I felt so awkward with y'all sitting here, and I have no idea why. But like, I like that because if you're not in uncomfortable situations, you're not learning.
Yeah. Yeah.
You have to be around shit you don't understand to learn. And a lot of people aren't like that though. If they're not comfortable,
Well, and you have to be willing to listen
yeah.
instead of always talking, and take someone's advice or someone's point of view at face value. And then not immediately make it change your mind or your thoughts on that specific topic, but then like take it as it is and then make your own evaluation.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, you have to do that. If you're not, I don't know how to put it. There's too many times that, like, I'll even be in the same room as other friends and they'll read somebody one way, I'll read them a different way. Like, it has to be, I'll even take it to my faith on this. Like, I'm a Christian, not a very good one, but it's between me and God, whatever I believe. I don't do organized religion anymore. Like, it's between me and him. And I started believing that because it was where, like, if you set it up in a small town to where you had a preacher at one church and a preacher at another one a mile away. They both read the same scripture that morning, but they both saw it different, perceived it different. They preach it out to their flock. So they're giving them their perception of it. That's how I do my faith now, is it's got to be my perception. It's got to be what I believe, how I take it in. And that is how every single person in my life I'm with too, though. Like, I don't care what anybody else says about them. Everybody else could say Kenzie was the biggest piece of shit on the planet. And as long as Kenzie's cool to me, I'm cool with Kenzie.
Yeah.
But like, you got to keep your peace, and you got to make your own peace too, though. If you don't, you're fucked.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
And
You're-
nobody's ever said that about Kenzie.
Well, oh no, there's no way.
I hope not.
No way. I thought she was gonna kick my ass the first time I was around her, but I honestly think that about all of y'all. I get so freaked out.
Well, I had to read you first.
Yeah.
You know, and I think I might come off pretty intense
You
when
did.
when I'm in that phase with somebody.
Yeah.
Is you know, still getting to know them, still reading them.
Yeah.
And
Well,
just make sure I'm safe. You know.
Well, you kind of like approach people with like, oh, what kind of piece do they want to take away from me?
Yeah.
For a little while until you realize, okay, maybe they don't want a piece from me. Maybe
Yeah.
they just actually want to be my friend. But like, I mean, you
Yeah.
guys can speak to this too. Like, you have to take people that are approaching you as like, what do you want?
Yeah.
I don't treat anybody the same at all.
I don't
have
either.
the same basic respect for human beings when I meet them, but I treat people accordingly. So if you hear from somebody in this town that I'm just a raging cunt, think about maybe what they did. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? And maybe I am, to be
Amen.
honest, for sure.
I don't think you
And
are.
if someone thinks I'm just the greatest person on the planet, that also says a lot about them as well, because I have no reason
I think
to
you're a lot
treat
like me.
somebody a type of way who is not a type of way. You know what I mean? And in the same way, I hope everyone all makes their own opinion of me, because you could listen to 5 people in this town and think I'm the bee's knees, and 5 people in this town and never want to even like be in the same room as me.
Well, I think you're a lot like me, because when I hear stuff about you, it's usually always positive. I've never heard a bad thing about you or whatever. But I make myself.
Disappoint me.
I try to make my. I try to make myself
I've given my
extremely.
damnedest. You know?
I try to make myself extremely hard to love, but it's because I want you to have to get to know me. I want you to have to dive into me. I want you to almost have a bad opinion of me. One of the best conversations I've ever had was first night I met you. And like, it literally was, you didn't know me, but you had every right to feel exactly the way you did not knowing me. That's how you keep people that are just going to be a blip in your life,
Right.
or a flash in the pan in your life, or whatever, out of your life. It's where like, I want you to have to take the time to get to know me, and then I want you to be like, this guy's good. But otherwise, view me as a piece of shit, because I'm really not going to spend time with you anyway. Like,
Well, you also give that same thing back. Like
Yeah.
I remember the first time we met, I guess was at Losers that one night, or
yeah, I can't go there no more. But
we were
yeah.
drinking a lot.
I'm banned. I'm permanently
But
banned.
I remember.
Yeah,
Oh my god.
that Post Malone shit. I got permanently banned like
I
2
didn't
weeks
hear
ago
about
from
that.
there.
They-
Yeah.
Anyway.
I didn't know they kept anybody.
I didn't know they did either.
Yeah.
I didn't know they did that.
Yeah, back
You know
during
why?
CMAs, when we got to go to like a private party there, Post Malone was there,
Mm-hmm.
and somehow all his shit got put on my tab. It was a complete accident.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Like 100% like a complete accident. And I posted about it, and I posted me and the manager talking, who, like, in my mind, all of us in one way or another, you got to promote yourself. You got to, like, try to get in when you get an opportunity or whatever. In my
Yeah,
mind, like, wouldn't it be cool if I connected with Post Malone in the right way? Like, I paid for all your alcohol. And Losers, by the way, they were great about it. They gave me my money back, like, right away. It was a complete honest accident. And I made it look like that on social media. And Whiskey Riff and some more news articles and shit for country music picked it up and shared it from where the video kind of went viral and shit. And I thought everything was cool. I didn't think there was any issue. Like 2 weeks ago, or I guess last month, went in there and they were like, "You can't come back." And I was like,
Based on what premise?
Yeah.
What was the problem?
Yeah, I don't
I
get
think
it.
I
It
think
went
they
over
thought I was
well.
making them look bad, but I literally made them look so good.
It's like
But-
an equally rad story as
Gag
it is
me.
lame story for
Yes.
getting kicked out of Losers for
Yeah.
life.
Well, the way I look at it is how fucked up I am, because
Didn't steamroll or anything. You just
this is how crazy I am though.
sucks.
I like anything that connects me to like people that I idolize
Yeah.
or whatever. So it's like I've been banned from somewhere in Nashville now. Like Hank couldn't get on the Opry, I can't go to Losers. Let's go. I try.
George Jones.
Yeah, exactly. He get kicked out of fucking Losers.
George Jones would be banned for Losers for sure.
Yeah. That's where like I used to be such a negative person though. Like that shit used to be where it would have crushed me, not because I'm just getting kicked out of a bar and banned from it, but it's like something I can't do anymore. It's
Yeah.
like, damn, I caused this on myself. I'm the only one to blame is myself. But now it's like, fuck it. Why not just see the bright side of it? Why not just joke about it? Like it's
Yeah.
plus as I was
You don't
getting
want to go in there
Gives
anyway.
you some street credit.
yeah,
now.
yeah, that's what I said. And now as I was getting kicked out because I'm such a fucking smartass, I was like, damn, this really sucks. The fact that this is the only bar in Nashville that plays country music and serves beer. I don't know what I'm gonna do. So I don't think
only
they much
one.
cared for that. Babe, what were you saying? Oh, sorry.
Oh, I was gonna say that how you were saying like you want somebody to get to know you.
Yeah.
Whatever. And I was saying that you make people want to get to know you because you listen, and
Yeah.
not a lot of people listen. I remember talking to you, however many drinks in we were, and
There's a
I was like,
couple.
he was actually listening.
Yeah.
Like, which is weird to say. You would think that when you speak, you want to be listened to, but not a lot of people listen. So, thank you for that.
Well, it's how you grow.
Yeah.
Like I want to take at the end of the day, I want everybody that I meet in my life that I value. I want to take a little piece of you and I want to make it mine. I want like why else would I be talking to you or be around you if I couldn't learn from you? if I couldn't grow from you. You don't want to be around stagnant people.
Right.
No.
Agreed.
You want to be around something fucking different. I like I said at the beginning, weird and unique almost have the same definition. I want to be around weird, unique people. I don't care what the rest of the world thinks about you or how they view you. I want to take something from you that's going to make me, I don't know, better. I guess better is I don't know another word, but that's where just listening. Plus, I don't know your story. I don't know any of y'all's real in-depth story. One thing that makes y'all so great at what you do is you've all lived a different life. I think everybody that's a real artist has a chance to write an all-time great song because you're the only person that can tell the story of your life.
Yeah.
You're the only person that can ever write that song, write that book, whatever it is, because it's you. You've lived it. You've been through it, everything. So in my mind, it's like, I want to hear your story. That's just another song I haven't heard. That's just another book I haven't read, another movie I haven't watched. And it's so nice to actually sit there and hear somebody.
Yeah.
Especially like changing their opinion of you. Like that's I like that. I like that to where somebody's like, oh, you know, that bunch of a piece of shit. Like he's not he's not what I thought he was. There's something about that I love. I don't know how to explain it. It's just something. It's some type of validation for me that I just love. Some type of reassurance that I don't know. I don't know if I got mommy issues or something, but like it helps my self-worth, and that's what I try to give to people though too, because some people just want to be heard.
Yeah.
They just want, whether it's a song or their story, they just want somebody to listen. And it's not that fucking hard.
I think we all do.
Yeah.
We all just want to be seen and we want to be heard and little kids.
Yeah.
And respected.
Yep.
That's one of the things, like, when I went through the suicide attempt and all that kind of stuff, I refused to be on medication. I refused to go to therapy. Like, I would not fucking do it. I don't believe in therapy. I believe in support systems. Like, I don't want anybody that hasn't been through what I've been through to tell me how to feel. But I'll sit there in a room full of people that have done it, and I want to know how you change your life, right? That makes more sense to me than somebody who's just educated as hell telling me, oh, don't feel that way.
Yeah, you're looking for connection.
Yeah, like, that makes you feel like you're not alone. Instead of somebody talking at you, somebody's talking with you. And I like the idea that, fuck, that's the ADD. I just went scatterbrain. I had such a good point. It was such a good point. And
I have a question for you about that. Had you been successful, right?
Yeah.
What's your favorite memory that you wouldn't have?
Ooh, my daughter.
Yeah?
Oh, yeah. My daughter wasn't here yet. It's really fucked up, and I'll probably cry because I'm a crybaby anyway.
It's okay.
This is why her name's Grace, for a lot of people who don't know. I've said it on the show a lot, but literally, 2010 is when I tried to commit suicide, and then literally 9 months later, like not 9 months, a month later, we found out her mother was pregnant. Like literally within that time. And like Gracie, look, it's right here. It's like she's my saving grace.
Yeah.
Like it's literally turned it around for me.
Yeah.
But I remember my point now, by the way, was when I went through all that, I had to find ways to cope and to learn and to find your triggers and all that kind of shit and everything. And I feel like if I don't talk to people and I don't share mine, like I color. Like I'm a bit. I just don't put it nowhere.
Yeah.
Like because it's my thing. One of the books I read was like, hey, when you're feeling low, when you're feeling depressed and all this kind of shit, you have to do something that you don't have to depend on anybody else on. Not a single person to show up for you or whatever, but something you can get lost in.
Yeah.
And coloring to me, turning my phone off and just getting a fucking color book and going at it. I don't stay in the lines or nothing. But
What's your
like,
favorite theme?
Snowboarding.
what?
What's your favorite theme?
Hey, coloring books?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't want to tell you.
I want to know.
It's ponies.
Lisa Frank.
He does the things where it's like a lot of little pictures into one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like doing those.
That's what you like to do?
I like doing those.
That's cool.
It's just something about it satisfying. But like,
I do rhinestones by number,
Okay.
dude. I get it.
yeah.
Oh,
There's,
those are great. I
I
just
do
recently
those a
did
lot.
my
I'm
first
gonna
I
try
do a
that.
lot. I've done like 4 of them so far. I think my longest one
There's
took me
something-
like 145 hours.
There's something so satisfying.
No, you're not kidding.
I'm not kidding.
There's something so satisfying about being able to accomplish a task.
Yeah.
For sure.
Like, and sitting there and like nobody's gonna critique you. Nobody's gonna say, "Oh, you didn't color well."
Right.
Like, there's something that automatically just when you get done with that color and you get done with that space, it's just like, okay, I'm good.
You a crayon or a marker
Oh,
or a
crayon.
color pencil guy?
Crayon,
All right,
definitely.
Okay.
Yeah, I tried to do the color
It's
pencils,
a little
but
unhinged. I'd go for color pencils for sure. But
well,
you
I mean,
do-
look at me. I'm definitely a color crayon type of person. It's lucky I don't fucking
I
eat the damn
snap
thing.
them. I snap them. I hold them
You
too
snap
hard
'em?
and I break them all right in the
Yeah.
middle.
I like
Yeah,
to
it-
paint. Mine's
You
I
like
guess I'm a
paint?
frustrated
Yeah.
colorer, but I snap all mine. They all snap.
For me, I'm
can't
usually
snap your
frustrated when I'm
pencil.
coloring, so I
you
shouldn't be
gotta try
breaking
way
them.
harder.
What did you say?
Terry-
You like to paint?
Yeah,
Yeah,
she's
I'm
a
a
really
painter.
good
Yeah, she's great.
artist. I love
That's cool,
your
dude.
I think
paintings.
painting, and honestly, we were before we pushed record, but Em and I were kind of talking about like she really enjoys snowboarding for that same like kind of lack
Yeah.
of mental. You
Yeah.
have to be present in the moment so you don't fall off the hill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, and I think for me is
Literally.
literally. But I also that's why I enjoy my motorcycle so much. It's like one, I cannot have my phone, and two, I have no radio. Three, you have to be in the moment or you could die.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, so it's but at this it's really funny because even though you're right in the moment and you know where this guy is, you know where that guy is, you see the light changing, you see the gravel on the road, you see the kid running across the street, whatever it is, you're taking all that in, but at the same point I'm in the back of my head going through whatever I'm struggling with
Yeah.
emotionally.
Yeah.
Like I can be on my motorcycle and taking all these things in at one moment, but at the same time my brain is going like, yeah, that really hurt your feelings, and yeah, you did cry, but yeah, you were kind of a bitch, but yeah, the next time you're probably not going to do that. Maybe you should call them. Don't wait for them to call you. You know, it's like you can go through all those things, and I'm sure the rhinestones, the colors, you're like, yeah, I'm
Yeah.
doing something, but at the same time, I'm also processing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
Yes, and this snowboarding thing, like, even like just going up on the lift, like you can like hear how quiet it is. Or you can hear everybody just like
I can't do the
talking from
quiet.
like 50 feet away.
I can't do
love-
quiet.
You know what I
love
mean?
the
Like,
quiet.
and it makes you just like sit
Depends on
with
the
yourself and be like right there.
yes,
I feel like I don't know if you guys feel the same way, but like with going back to the quietness of like we're always, you know,
Loud.
the entertainer, being loud on the loud stage, and then like people ask me on my long drives, they're like, "What do you listen to?" And I'm like, sometimes nothing.
yeah.
I
Yes.
don't know if you guys experience.
Yes.
Silence.
Sometimes-
I love
Meditate
silence, but I always
beautiful.
feel it. But I love silence.
Do
Yeah.
you always feel it with yourself or with like?
Yeah, like I wish they had noise canceling headphones for your brain. You know what I mean?
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, that'd be fucking
Because
nice.
I love silence, but there's nothing louder than it for me. Like there's
Yeah,
nothing
see, it's
louder
long-
than
Yeah.
silence.
Yeah.
For some reason, I equate silence to loneliness every
Really?
time. Oh, every fucking time.
Oh.
I hate quiet just because of that. Like even that radio playing right now, it's literally because I don't like awkward, like silences or anything like that. I cannot stand quiet.
I've
We're
come to
much
love
different.
it.
There's like 6 people up here, so like
I'm right there
you
with
put me
you.
in a quiet room. There's 6 people in this room.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I argue. My worst arguments are with myself.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely.
Of course, but that's why I've come to love it because it's a challenge.
It is a
To
challenge.
get my consciousness to like a
Come
grounded
forward.
state again.
Yeah.
Yeah, you've inspired me a lot to like get quiet with
Centered.
myself. It's
Yeah,
because it's really hard.
It's
Yeah.
so hard, and
Yeah.
it's like it's the one most uncomfortable thing to be in silence and to hear like all of your insecurities just yelling at you, basically, and having to pick through them and say, no, that's not true. That's not true. These are all lies. You know?
Yeah, the lies that you tell yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have to sit and decipher them in the silence.
Right.
Yeah.
Or that other people tell you that you believe.
Yeah. Just pick and choose when you do it. I like to do it when I'm bedazzling, and I need to try the rhinestone
It's the greatest
by
thing on the planet.
numbers.
It's the
I've
greatest
seen
thing.
ads
It is.
come up, and I'm like, damn, I
It's
need to
pretty
get
great.
one
It's
of
the greatest thing on the
those.
planet.
Done one, and I had one like full day at my grandma's before we went down to Key West, and it was just a small one, and I was like, I wonder if I could do this in one day. And I started at like 9 a.m. and didn't end until like, I don't know, 11 p.m. Like all day I just sat in that chair. Maybe got up for a couple of restroom breaks and some food.
Yeah. I did that.
I love it.
There was one day, like, just doing a painting thing, and I had woken up. I had somebody, like, ask me to paint a specific thing, and It was the first time that ever happened to me, so I was quite nervous about it and quite insecure about the whole thing because no one has told me I'm a painter. I just kind of woke up one day and
Yeah.
was like, this makes me feel better. And so when this person was like, hey, can you try it? I was like, yeah, sure, I'd love to. And I really needed the money at the time, and it
Yeah.
was when I was like, yeah. But then I sat with it, and it was like, what if this is terrible? You know, and I woke up that morning, and y'all, I didn't even get dressed. I didn't brush my teeth, and it took me 8 hours to do this painting. And when Tommy came home from work, and I was still not dressed and not brushing my teeth and still trying to figure out, is this blue, that color, add this, is that the shadow? He's looked at me, he's like, have you done anything but paint today? And I looked at him, I was like, why are you home? He was like, it's 6. You know? I was like, no, I have not. And you're right, that's kind of weird. You know, but it's, I think it's really healthy to do that sometimes.
Absolutely, it is.
I think it's really healthy, you know, being uncomfortable with your thoughts. One, that's totally fine. But two, sometimes I kind of look at that and I'm like, are they screaming so loud because I won't let them talk?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes you have to let them talk.
Yeah, you gotta let
You know,
them
like
in.
let them get it. It's like the little kid you put in the corner. It's like, have you ever just tried to talk to him? Like, what's actually going on here? I know you're not upset about the crayons. What's behind the crayons? You know.
I get that, but I like to shut my insecurities up. Because, like, literally, I know a lot of people, especially with me, every once in a while, I'll post something for validation, but do my best not to make it look like validation. Like, that I need that.
Yeah.
But every once in a while I do. Because I used to be like 330-something pounds. So, like,
Damn,
I
Josh.
have, like, body dysmorphia. I can't, like, literally look in the mirror and nothing fits. But I literally have to get over it every fucking day.
Yeah.
Right? Like, and I have to shut those noises up. Like, I
Right.
don't want to hear them because I know they're lying.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Like, I know every time something pops in my head that tells me I'm not good enough or that don't look good, and most of my outfits probably don't look good because I dress like fucking trash, but I like it because I'm comfortable in it most of the time.
Stop
I
being
get-
so mean to
I
yourself.
get to be
Yeah,
mad.
You're killing me,
Have
dude.
Have you seen the way I
Stop
dress?
it.
Even I would
You
be like,
look
you fucking
great.
nerd.
Stop.
Like most of the
You
time.
look
Smart.
like a
Fine.
Georgia
You
boy.
was kind. You was
Just-
important.
That is funny.
And you just look like a Georgia boy. You know,
I don't
there's
have,
nothing
yeah, I
wrong
don't
with
think
you.
I can be much else, but I try to shut all those things up because they're literally, it's just your fucking demons lying to you.
Yeah.
The less you listen to them, the less you give them an opportunity to talk,
Yeah.
they're eventually going to shut the fuck up.
Yeah. I feel like I feel like if I let them talk, they get tired of talking and then they
Yeah.
go away.
Same. And
I'm
then
like,
they're
okay,
like-
I heard you. Thank you. I heard it.
Like,
we're
let
gonna,
'em in.
We're gonna go
You're
ahead and just
acknowledged.
put
We're
you on the
moving
box
now.
in the on the shelf.
But, like, one of the things that I was really bad about is, like, and I don't do it as bad anymore, but, like, I would just want to be in my fucking room, lights off, watching TV, just listening to the sons of bitches. Now, it's like, you know what? Even if you just get up and you go for a 5-minute walk, you're telling them to shut the hell up and that you're not going to lay here and be depressed. You're not going to lay here and let your anxiety get to bed. I don't give
Tommy
them
calls it his inner bitch.
I don't give them a chance to fucking talk.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm not
Say
letting
that.
I'm not letting my inner bitch win today.
I
I'm
don't-
going to the gym.
I mean, 'cause you can't beat depression. You can't beat anxiety. You can medicate it, but it doesn't. It takes away from you. It takes away from your personality. You got to combat it. Like, you got to figure out a way to those voices or anything that's telling you whatever. Like, figure out something
You
that's
kind of
like,
live in union with it.
yeah,
Yeah.
Just
It's like,
learn to live in union with it.
Yeah.
It's like eventually. I do believe eventually it might still be there, but it's not as loud. And if it's not as loud, there's a good chance I'm not gonna hear it.
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to do to them.
I just don't agree.
What do you think?
I just don't agree. I think all of those things came from somewhere.
Yeah.
It didn't come from nowhere, right? And even the fact of maybe you seeing, like, I'll see 220 Alley in the mirror for the rest of my life. You know what I mean? Like, for sure. But the only reason that I don't love 220 Alley was because, 8-year-old Alley was always told that she was heavy. And I do think that there's some things that just come out of nowhere. But I think it's worth the work to, like, really understand what those negative things are that your brain's telling you. And then say, who says who? And I'd be really surprised if you can't track back somewhere where someone said it. And then you realize it actually isn't your brain at all. Your brain didn't make up that you're not good enough.
Yeah.
Somebody
a
told
practice.
you at one point in
instilled.
time
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
you weren't good
Yep.
enough. And
Yep.
goddamn me if I let a 3rd grade teacher affect 27-year-old Allie. You know
Yeah.
what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, so I don't agree. I think that it's worth spending time with, and I think it's worth figuring out who said, and maybe some of them you won't figure out and you'll have
Yeah.
forever. But as far as the masses is like what we hear in our brains every day, I think you can track it back and you can say, oh, like this was a learned feeling.
Agreed.
This is
Yeah.
not
Yeah.
my brain.
I get
'Cause
that.
I don't want to spend the
Agreed.
rest of my life with a brain that makes up horrible things about me.
Amen.
That's like
sister.
spending your life with a narcissist or an
Yeah.
abuser. Like,
Yeah.
I will not. I will never enter another relationship with a narcissist or abuser ever again. So I'm not going to allow my brain, I'm not going to take a nap because my brain's being mean to me.
Yeah.
Right.
get
well,
You know what I mean?
I get that, but in my mind, if I listen to any of it, and even if I come to terms with it, like you're talking about, finding out where it originated,
Yeah.
what if somebody else does it tomorrow after I've come to terms with it
Then
today?
you already know it's not true. So when they do it tomorrow, you know it's not true. Opposed to you being terrified that tomorrow someone's going to tell you
Right.
that it's not going to work out. Then you're just scared of past abuse that you've had
Yeah.
before, and it's the same thing as freezing,
Well-
which you encouraged Kinsey to not do earlier.
right, and
Yeah.
basically what you're saying, Allie,
She got
too.
me. She's right.
He's like, I'm gonna drink my beer.
Mic drop.
This has been the Allie Colleen podcast.
The comments will still be the same. We don't usually like Allie Colleen, but this one was fine. This one was
If they
good.
don't like you, they're fucking stupid.
Yeah.
Well,
They're
all of our
fucking stupid.
insecurities, though, are practiced.
Always.
Yeah.
Everything that we're telling ourselves is because we practice it since
Yeah.
we were 8. When we were told, or when we were 8 years old, that we were too heavy, then we looked in the mirror every day, not knowing better, but because we saw the other people around us doing the same thing. Oh, I'm too heavy. Oh, I have to do this before I go out, or I'm not beautiful enough, or
Yeah.
like, it's a practice thing. So if you unpractice it, and then find the root problem, like you're saying, unpractice it, and practice new ways of going about it, then we are what we
Reprogram.
practice.
And
you
it's hard, and I
reprogram.
think there
yeah,
are seasons
no.
in your life where taking on those voices might, affect your safety, right? And that's something to consider for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
It could be a year battle, or it could be something where just like you wake up one day and all of a sudden the laundry isn't as scary as it was yesterday. I'm gonna listen to him today. You know what I mean? So I don't think it's easy, but I do think it's
No.
worth doing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nothing worth doing is easy.
True, except for eating.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
Sometimes.
Within
That's the
moderation.
easiest
thing in the
Holy
world.
shit.
Sometimes, like,
In
making
moderation,
it, though, is...
yes.
My problem is like I allow all those things to come in, but then I like stay there and swim in it.
You can't say
And
with an
wallow in
abuser
it.
or a bully or
And
a
I have
bad
to keep
person.
talking about it until it goes, I don't even know.
Sometimes,
Like I'll call her up and be like, I gotta talk about this. And then I'll talk about it until like
You're trying to rationalize.
a
it.
verbal processor, I guess.
Yeah.
You're just
like,
trying
I have to-
You're just trying to come to terms with it.
I
Well,
feel
Emma-
like if I ignore it, then I'm like, it's gonna get me.
yeah, I think something I've
Yeah.
learned from you, just watching you, nothing we've ever like discussed, but I think you're really good at taking your time. Like you, and maybe it's a face you put on, but I don't feel like I ever see you look like you're like frazzled. And I know you feel frazzled, but
For sure.
a lot of the times when I look at you, I'm like, she just takes her time with every, and that's my perspective of you. It's like
Thanks.
her,
Sometimes too
What-
much time,
no.
but yeah.
but to who? To who?
Yeah, but
you know
what is time?
Right.
I mean,
oh,
like
here we
in-
go.
Preach.
Here we go. Here we go. This
Time
a
is
whole
not
nother
linear.
time.
Yeah.
We're about to
Now-
get real deep.
But I think
Thank
it's
you.
it's something that I have watched you process things and work and make slow decisions, and I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't think I am anymore, but for a long time I would make very maybe reactional decisions
Right.
instead of thought-based decisions.
Yeah.
Or discussing with peers decisions where I was like, well, I need to keep this to myself. It's like, why?
Right.
Because you're not going to get it if you share it.
Right.
That's
Yeah.
fucked up.
Yep.
Who taught you that?
Yep.
The music business.
Yep.
Don't tell your secrets. Don't tell,
Yep.
Oh, they have an investor. Good for them.
They
That's
keep-
fucking awesome. Why wouldn't they be able to tell people they have an investor? Why is that something to be ashamed of?
Right.
It's like,
Yeah.
these are all things to be celebrated. And, I don't know, but I've learned from you, I appreciate your willingness to take time. Even like in your song, you're like, oh, I'm unapologetic about being 15 minutes late all the time. It's like, you wouldn't want me if I wasn't here because I wouldn't look this good. And I'm like, she's got a goddamn point.
Thanks. I feel like there is like,
Within reason, of course.
first of all, thank you for that compliment. That means a lot. I feel like I get misconstrued, like I don't care because I do take my time, but it's more so like, let's figure out what this really is rather than making like a rash decision.
Yeah,
Also
and-
knowing that there really isn't a rush. Like everything's gonna work out the way it's supposed to. I feel
Because
like I
time
do.
isn't linear.
I feel like I do have that thought of like, it's gonna be fine.
Yeah, like what is meant to be yours will be yours as
Right.
long as you are showing up.
Right.
You know, it doesn't. The time frame of it is what it is. I guess. We can have such a discussion of that, couldn't we? Of
Yeah,
is
we
it
don't.
destiny or
For
is
some
it?
crazy reason, we don't lose all of our talent when we reach 30. Like, isn't that mind blowing?
I know it's
If
insane.
anything,
it doesn't just go
it
out the
gets
window.
better. I hope.
We
Well,
haven't, we haven't
you're just in a
combusted
rush
yet.
because you've always been told to be.
Right.
Right.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
it. Like if you want to think about it, I'm just gonna say Chris Stapleton here. But like, how long did it take Chris Stapleton to get the acknowledgement that he deserved?
That's a great example.
40 years, right?
Like a long fucking time.
Yeah.
So
I mean,
like if you look
that's
up to these people
probably his whole
and
life,
you like
but-
these folks, then if it took them that long to get acknowledgement,
Yeah.
how long is it gonna
Well,
take you?
Well,
But it's
I
okay
mean,
to
but-
look at it in those terms though, to where like it's okay. It's just another day. Like it's just another chapter in your book. You're not fucking at the end. You don't hit 30 or whatever number it is for you, and all of a sudden you can't. It's people have told you couldn't, but there's a lot of people out there. They said you couldn't do this because you were so and so, and now look where they're at.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think in my observation, I think with the industry, it's changing a little bit. But definitely that's a thing for women. I feel like that.
Yeah.
And I'm not 30 yet. You know what I mean?
I
I think
I felt like
oh
that until
no.
Ashley McBride. Now I don't care about anything.
Right,
Yeah.
yeah.
She's the baddest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's
I'll be
the-
fine.
She's
Yeah.
one of my faves.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she's like the leader of the outlaw women
Yeah.
right
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think if you, I know I keep saying this, but I think if you're authentic and you're talented and you push to your demographic, the people that love you, instead of trying to make everybody like you, instead of trying to make the whole fucking social media thing follow you, if you pander to the people that actually love you and care about you, that support your stuff, and you keep making stuff for yourself, they're going to do all the work for you. If you
Yep.
start trying to go outside your box because you think it's what you're supposed to do, you're going to end up being like
Swallowed
everybody
up.
else.
And those
Yeah.
fans are lifers.
Yeah.
They're going to stick around forever if they know the real you.
Yeah.
You
Well, and
know?
I think that's kind of going back to Chris Stapleton. I mean, you guys can chime in, but I think that he was his cup. I could be wrong. I don't know the guy. I hope to meet him one day. Awesome songwriter, but I think that his cup. He was filling his own cup for several years by and got recognition through his small communities and through his team that he loved and like had success on the songwriting world. Just the rest of like people who weren't in Nashville didn't know who he was
Yeah.
until he blew up. But then everyone describes him as successful now, but was he not successful before? I mean, I would call
He
that
doesn't have
With
the
all those
acknowledgement.
hit
He didn't have
songs.
the platform that he had now. He was always just as good.
Yeah.
agree.
Yeah. I mean,
And I
it's-
would say even just as successful too. I mean, because success on a level is like people sometimes come to me from my hometown and they're like, "Oh, you're doing the music thing, but don't you want to be successful?" And it's like, wait. For the last 8 years, maybe I've been playing cover monkey gigs to pay my bills, but for the last 8 years, other than a couple of like different things during COVID, like I've paid my bills with just me and my guitar.
Yeah.
So you don't define that success?
Yeah. And
Amen. Yeah.
it's
and I'm-
success.
you
It's success if you
happy.
allow that to be success.
Agree.
Yeah, if you view it any other way or they view it any other way, you're doing it to yourself. It's all about perception.
Yeah.
You are as successful in your head as you will allow yourself to be.
Yeah.
I have
Damn,
a
I'm good at this. Sometimes.
interesting.
y'all have made me so much better. I'm doing shows with just like this from now on. Y'all have made me look good. I was so scared to start off with this shit. Y'all keep throwing some softballs over here. I'm gonna keep swinging.
Love.
Y'all are awesome.
I have to pee.
Yeah.
There's a
What's our
softball.
run time?
An hour 52.
Okay, that's good. I want to thank all of y'all for coming. One thing, I do get a bad rep because of some other stuff I do on social media. Some people in this room have unfollowed me before and followed me back.
I'd do it again.
I wouldn't expect anything less from you. I heard you were a raging cunt. That one fucking person.
It was worth it.
That
You know
one
what I mean?
goddamn person.
Now you're not
It's
disappointed.
getting around.
No, I appreciate y'all just doing what you want to, making the music you want to, being unapologetic about it, doing what makes you happy. I hope a lot more people do that, because I know that music's good right now, but it used to be great, in my opinion. Like, it used to be the songs from 2000 and before. Like, they didn't care. I mean, I know a lot of people had to put out what they had to put out, but there were a lot more heartfelt songs, a lot more people being them 100% genuine and unapologetic about it. And the more women, especially, that do it, I think it's opening doors to where there's some girl in some little town somewhere that feels fucking better about herself and the shit that she wants to create because of folks like y'all. Like, I'm not knocking Beyonce or anybody else. Like, everybody should do their own thing and all that kind of shit, but it's where not everybody can do certain things, but it's okay to do others. It's okay to just be yourself. And the more you're not trying to be in that cookie cutter, the more you get tatted up, the more you do makeup and shit on social media, all that kind of shit, the more you're being you, it shows somebody else that it's okay to be them.
Yeah.
And there's just not a lot of people. There's a lot of blondes running around here that wearing
Watch it.
top. No. There's a lot of them. And I
It's
can't.
natural.
What I meant
It's not,
was-
actually.
So is the red.
Yeah, what I
Grew
meant
this
was
myself.
there's a lot of blondes running around here that I can't
Yeah,
tell the
this is
difference
natural
in.
too, fuckers.
For sure.
Fuck
I
off.
don't know who's who, but there are certain people that stand out and make it cool to stand out, and that's what y'all do. So
Yeah.
I appreciate y'all hanging out for a little
Thank
bit.
you, Josh.
Thank you for
It
having
was
us.
fun.
Thank
It wasn't that bad, was it?
It was
That's great.
fun.
It was great.
Yeah.
Enjoyed it.
I was so scared. Anyway, y'all all drop your social medias real quick and we'll get off here.
All right. Mine's at Kenzie Coppin, KensiCoppin.
Mine's at Emma Zink, Emma Zinck.
Mine's at I am Fister, Fister.
Mine is at Lexi Lou, Lexilew.
Mine's Allie Colleen Music. It's Allie with an IE and then COLLEEN Music.
Oh wait, mine's music too. At
I got your
Lexi
back.
Lou Music. Thank you.
She'll pop up as soon as you type it.
yeah.
You'll figure it out.
Lexi Lou Music.
Yeah,
Thank all
I
y'all
was giving
so.
them my Venmo handle.
That's the
too.
move, dude.
Yeah, that was
That's
smart.
the move.
Yeah, go to Venmo,
Exactly
guys.
what you do.
I'm also I am Fister on Venmo.
Yes.
Christ.
Kenzie Coppin. Please send me all your money. I will not be your sugar baby.
I'm getting off now. We're done with this. Thank y'all for listening and thank y'all for being part of it. I very much appreciate it.
Thank you.
And y'all make sure y'all go check out all of their music. Download not just the first song you see at the top of the list. Download them all. Follow all their social media accounts. Share their stuff. Dive into them. And
Yeah, we've all got music coming out this year, don't we?
Yeah.
We're all putting out music all year long.
Yep.
we didn't even talk about any of y'all's music. By the way, they're really talented. If you didn't know that, besides for them just being badasses, really, really talented. So,
Go find out for yourself.
yeah, go
Yeah.
listen. That's all they got
Yeah,
to
come
do.
out to a show.
Prove him right.
Yeah. Come to the
Don't
shows.
grab my ass.
Yeah.
I promise.
Unless our
I'm
ass-
not getting my ass whooped. And I'm more of a molehill than a mountain anyway.
Yeah, 'cause
Thank y'all for listening to the Josh Terry Podcast. We'll catch you next time.